All righty, welcome. Good morning, and I hope everybody has had a good week. Been hot, the the issue of the week, I'd say, would be the heat and lack of water, rain, drought, and it's just the forecast ain't looking pleasurable either. I'm gonna tell you that. They're looking for a high of 100. Let's just tell it like it is. We're going to be pushing 100 degrees through Thursday. Hot and humid, above 95. Man, when it gets above 95, it's 100 degrees in my book, you know, and it's just been hot. I hope everybody's weathering the heat best they can. And I hope everybody's looking out for your neighbors and making sure everybody stays healthy and well, because heat is a big stress item on everybody. It's just I had a conversation with somebody yesterday and talking about the heat. And he said, you go out and you work in your yard, 30 minutes to an hour or whatever, it just drains you. And it truly does. Heat can be a tremendous health hazard. Okay. We need to stay hydrated. And I'm one to speak. I do not drink enough water. And water is essential for good health and wellness and just keep your radiator going. And on that, I got a story a few weeks ago on the heat. I'll go ahead and throw this one at you because I want to talk a little bit about it. A couple weeks back, I had mentioned I had overheating issues and how we take our cars and automobiles for granted. And with that story, I've got to give you some finality to it. Well, when I left here that Saturday, I thought everything was okay. I'd put a new thermostat in it and new thermostat, new radiator cap, things that I could obviously see. Well, I am not a mechanic per se. And, I'm on this show all the time talking about put tools in schools and raising the awareness about the career pathways in the trades. Well, the trades include automotive because we rely, matter of fact, in life, if you live in the city, personally in my life, one of the most important tools in my life, being I'm in the trades, service industry, be it residential, commercial, whatever, and you see a lot of trucks. We depend on those. Those are our most important tools, are our vehicles, and we take them for granted. And Lord of mercy, I've went through trucks. I've owned several trucks, and you got to have them in industry, right? Service industry. But we rely on them to the degree you get in that car and you just take it for granted. Well, back in the day, in the 60s, 50s, 60s, and 70s, you could fix them, repair them relatively easy. Well, those days are gone. They really are. You've got to have, like I always say, no matter what trade you're in, be it electrical, plumbing, HVAC, masonry. It doesn't matter what you do with your hands. You've got to have equipment. You've got to have tools. You've got to have the correct tools and to make your job more, well, easy. Frankly, to have it and complete it. You can't operate on a car today without technology involved in the necessary tools and equipment to perform your task. For example, one computer program, and computer analyzing machine costs upwards of $10,000, you know, and to be a competent, professional, top of the drawer automotive specialist, a mechanic, operation, automotive, like Compton's Automotive. There's Todd. I did an interview with Todd, been on the show a lot, filled in for me. Automotive industry, has exploded. Why? For the reasons I just said. We all have one, and you've got to take care of it. You got to keep that rascal running, for many, many reasons, and you got to keep it safe. Well, we take those cars for granted and trucks. We take them all for granted. We drive them till they break. Well, I drove mine till it broke. I thought I had fixed it. Wrong. When I left here that Saturday, 2 weeks ago, it's been 2 weeks or maybe three now. Lord of mercy, time flies anyway. But anyway, I left here. It ran hot to the point of overheating, and I wouldn't even crank up. So there was a more severe problem than I had anticipated because when I put water in it, it just flowed right through. Long story short, I took it to Compton's Automotive. I took it on a rollback. Wasn't going to drive it, wasn't going to chance blowing my motor up. So what I did, put it on a rollback, took it over across town and to Compton's Automotive, and he fixed it. Now, here's the big thing. Cars aren't cheap. Automotive repairs are not cheap. Why? For the reasons I just told you. You know, it's just like going to the doctor. It's going anywhere. You got to pay for it. It's a service, and it's not cheap. And we talk about hiring kids to be automotive technicians. Well, they want a paycheck. You got to pay them, and you got to give them a career opportunity. So, you know, it's expensive, and I know it's expensive because I just paid the big bill. Now, what was wrong with my car? After 179,000 miles, and I bought it brand new, and I put some more money into it along the way because you know what? Once again, cars break. They break. Water pump, batteries, alternators, transmissions, they all break. And clutches. Yeah, I mean, I go on and on and on. And computers. I've had 2 computers in my car since I bought it. You know, control modules, they call them. Okay, technology. I had to bang on my dash for about 4 months to get it to crank. Literally. I had my girlfriend, she drove the car, called me one day, this thing won't crank. I said, you got to hit under the dash, under the key. She said, you're kidding me. I said, no, that went on for about, that went on for about 6 months, 8 months, you know. And a lot of people, I get, you know, this thing about, well, why don't you just buy a new one? That's what they want you to do. Go out and get in debt, buy a new car, be in their cage, you might say. That's what I call it. But anyway, I've had the car since it was new. They break. You got to fix them. You know, just like tools. You're out in the field doing a job, something breaks. You got to fix it. You got to repair it. It's just part of the job. So, you know, that's life. But almost $3,000 later, my car's fixed. The whole cooling system has been pretty much redone. The cooling fans, you got auxiliary. Now, I know y'all don't care about all this, but I do have knowledge about how a car works and how it cools and how it takes care of itself. But if it doesn't work, all the components of that, for example, you got 2 cooling fans, auxiliary cooling fans. They're electric motor fans. They're controlled by an electric current from the battery through a computer module that tells it to come on when it's time. That hadn't worked in months. And I knew it didn't work in months because I hadn't seen them operate. I didn't hear them. Some of the times you cut your car off and you hear these fans continue to run. That's what I'm talking about. So they repaired. Well, actually, I've got 2 new ones. And then the module that controls those fans have been replaced. New water pump, new thermostat, new heater hose, something up under. I couldn't get to it, couldn't even see it. That's why you have to take a car to a professional and get it done. Now, here's the problem. Then I'll introduce my guests because they're early today. Y'all got here early.
I did.
You did good.
I'm glad you're talking about cars. You know what?
What?
I'm the car king and the motorcycle king. I've got all those motorcycles and cars, and Bud, I have nightmares about breaking down.
Yeah.
I've spent so much money in the last 2 years because my car's 2005 Tahoe.
Yeah.
2005 Yukon.
Yeah.
87 Ford Bronco.
Right.
64 Corvette.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still got your vet. Cool.
Oh, yeah.
Steve Hughes, folks. Steve Hughes, animal extraordinary. And who's the guest?
This is Faith.
Hey, Faith.
She's my friend that helps me with my lectures.
She's a young one.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She looks like a morning sunrise, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. That big old smile. Look at that smile.
I know.
That's awesome.
Yummy.
Well, she got to scoot around. I want you to scoot around a little bit.
Yes, sir. Come on.
And Faith, you scoot around. Faith, right?
Yes.
I'm terrible with names, Faith. Faith, where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
How long you been in Charlotte? Not long because you ain't that old.
I've been here about 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
What's that?
About 10 years I've been here.
About 10 years. Cool. How old are you, if I might ask?
17.
Where you go to school?
Homeschooled, but now I go to CPCC.
Cool. What are you going to CPCC for? I
Uh,
ask a lot of questions, Faye. Welcome to Ray's World on
Thank
Saturday
you.
morning. I appreciate you coming with Steve. I really do.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad to be here.
So what you going to CPCC for?
Finishing my last 2 years of high school. And
Awesome.
yeah.
People aren't even aware you can do that there, but we're going to talk about that, okay?
All right.
But we're on cars now. We're going to take and I want to wrap up about the car. My big message about the automobile, and the story that I told. I took my car for granted totally. And then when something goes wrong, normally it puts you in a corner. In other words, you react. You have to do a little bit of reacting, right? If you're out on the road, when you say, oh heck, what?
Oh, I have so many numerous reacts on the road.
I know.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Especially from the old days.
Oh yeah. But I mean, I could tell you stories about my car breaking down in trucks. But back in the old days, we could fix them. They were easy.
Oh, yeah.
You fixed many a car.
That's why I still have mostly old cars.
Right. Well, my son gave me a lecture about that today. Or this week. He said, "Dad, I've been telling you for years. Buy you." Told me the years Chevys. He said you can work on them, every one of them.
Yeah.
Even some of them today that come out, you can work on them, but they're few and far between because of the technology involved with the vehicles.
Well, once they started putting computers in, which was really quite a long time ago.
Yeah, it was.
But they were much more simple. Once they did that,
the world changed.
Working on them was gone. You could change the oil and the plugs, but now you can't even change the plugs. They're stuck way down in the motor. You got to have special tools. And
you got to take half the top of the engine off to tune up the car I drive.
What do you drive?
A Kia Sedona van.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of mechanics hate Kias and Hondas, say they're junk cars. And you know what? They're cars.
What kind of car do you drive, Faith?
Acura TL.
An Acura CL. What's that mean?
It's a Honda.
TL.
It's a glorified Honda.
It's a Honda.
See, that's the automotive industry too. How come they got so many cars to choose from? They're all the same.
They all look the same too.
And they all operate. You get in, put the key in that. Don't even need keys anymore. You just need a little fob.
Better not lose it either.
No.
Costs about $400.
How much?
About $400.
Yeah,
$200 to $400.
And then if the module doesn't go right or something, anyway, this is the whole point. You can't do it yourself. So what do? Many times I have said you need to have a very good relationship with an HVAC company, right? Wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
And how many houses you own? Quite a few, right?
Houses?
Yeah.
No, I got one now.
I know, but you've owned several.
Yeah, I used to have some duplexes.
Right.
But I sold them.
And then you've got.
That's another nightmare, but go ahead.
Rental property. Yeah. Yeah, it is. We've been there. We've lived the life, haven't we, Steve? But, you've got to have a good relationship with a good HVAC company. Why? Well, it's going to get 100 a day. What are you hoping works? Your air conditioner, and you hope it doesn't break down on you because it's miserable. It's truly miserable, having to put up with this heat. Okay, now go to your car. Don't you think you need to have a relationship with an automotive technician or automotive company, service company? You know a good mechanic?
I know a great mechanic. It is very hard to know a great mechanic.
Yeah.
It is hard to have a relationship with a dealership too.
And I'm glad you brought that up. That has been the stress of the month.
Right, Faith?
Mm-hmm.
Faith, too, about dealerships?
You got a new car. She just got her car.
Is it brand new?
It's not brand new, but
it's new to you.
But it's new to me.
And you love it.
I do.
Gives you all that independence.
Yeah.
So how long have you had your license?
I just got it.
You just got your license? Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Now the world confronts you.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, here I come, cruel world. So anyway, but back to the issue here, and that's having a relationship with a mechanic. But dealerships. Let's talk about dealerships. My girlfriend, she moved down here from Seattle. Mary, remember Mary?
Well, who?
Mary, remember?
Oh, yeah, Mary, quite contrary.
Yeah, the one that held little cricket, And she moved down here from Seattle. And she brought her car with her where somebody tried to break in and steal it. Well, she went to the dealership 3 weeks ago. Still don't know when and what. Still don't know. Friend of mine, San Matero, been dealing with cars for 5 weeks. One of them went bad because he hit a curb, couldn't get answers. Dealerships, they're terrible.
They're almost like the government. You
They're
can't ever get an
terrible.
answer.
And I got to complain about one of our governmental service companies called the U.S. Postal Service when we return. I've got to talk about this because it is getting old. Why can't we get our mail? We'll be back.
About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Libretto's Pizzeria was established in 2004 in New York City. It's located in Charlotte on John J. Delaney Drive in the Ballantyne area, serving up authentic New York pizzas and a full Italian menu. Come in casual, hang out, and relax. We offer dine-in, takeout. You can order delivery. We could also cater your special event. Libretto's has got you covered. I am Mike Libretto. We are also the home of Spinello's famous infused take and bake pizzas. Visit us online at librettospizzeria.com and spinellospizza.com or call us at 704-714-1442.
Summer heat is here, along with the humidity. Will your air conditioner provide the comfort needed? ABS Insulating can provide the resources to give you comfort this summer and all year. ABS Insulating uses the latest technology and products to insulate and seal the envelope of your home, creating a comfortable environment all year long, also extending the life of the air conditioning. Call ABS Insulating today for lasting comfort tomorrow. 704-821-4343 or absinsulating.com.
Carolina Foundation Solutions is a family-owned and operated company and a licensed general contractor in North and South Carolina, providing foundation solutions from the mountains to the sandy shores of the coast. At Carolina Foundation Solutions, our objective is to help educate, offer guidance, and provide assistance. With over 200 years of combined experience, our family of experts are ready to help protect and repair your largest investments. If you have a problem, we have a solution. Call 877-883-4626 or online, carolinafoundationsolutions.com.
Owens Chimney Systems is known for all professional chimney services since 1989, including chimney cleaning, recommended annually, chimney evaluations and inspections, any and all chimney repairs and restorations, gas fireplace and gas fire log service, furnace cleaning, cleaning out one of the most overlooked appliances in the home. Get it done right the first time. That's Owens Chimney Systems at 704-554-9595. Or you can visit us online at owenschimneysystems.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back to About Your House. Before I left, I have to complain. We're doing a little bit of rant here, I guess you might say. U.S. Postal Service. For years now, well, my whole adult career, we've relied on the Postal Service to receive and send checks and money to people and important stuff. Well, solicitation and, junk mail, we call it, right?
Mhm.
But overall, now it's squirrel mail. Squirrel mail is the U.S. Postal Service. You know, that's what people have referred it to. That's not my term. People have called it that. Okay. But I don't know if you're aware, and you should be if you receive mail, of all the mail we're not getting. And where's it going? I've lost, in the past 2 years, I've lost over probably $15,000 in checks through the mail. I've gotten scammed twice through the mail. I don't know the answers, but I think it has something to do with work ethic and what we've created in this country around service. What do you think, Steve?
What do I think?
Yeah.
You know, April, my daughter,
Yeah. No.
she orders quite a bit of stuff on Amazon
Oh,
and so
yeah.
forth.
Oh, yeah.
And through the mail.
I got one of them at home, too.
She
One of the females that do that.
yeah, she would not get her product often. And so our neighbors get our mail on the left and the right sometimes. Well, she was over and over. She called, where is it? It says it's delivered. It's delivered. It's not my mailbox. She go look in my neighbor's mailboxes. Well, one's locked, one's not. It wasn't there. Sometimes it's there. She goes to the next neighbor's mailbox. She's up the road, lived there a few years. Oh, finds that's where her packages are. But nobody ever tells her.
But nobody, and nobody,
In other words, they keep them.
It goes right back to communicating and neighborly and taking care of each other. But why do we have to chase? You get.
Can they read? Can they read the letters? Do they know where they're going? And sometimes I'm wondering.
Yeah. Anyway, U.S. Postal Service, please, I beg all you. And look, I'm not fussing. I don't know who to fuss at. I'm just kind of tired of it. I've been waiting on one check now for 4 weeks. And it's probably gone. And my driver's license last year never got to me. Had to get up at 6 o'clock, go stand in line again to get my driver's license.
Hey, tell them how long it took you to get your driver's license. What time did you get up?
We got up at 4.
Right.
And
And what time did you get your license that day?
Oh, I can tell you around 10 o'clock.
Later than that.
It was later?
I waited in line until 2 or 3 p.m. before.
Wow! So you spent the whole day in line.
Yeah.
Which branch did you go to?
It was in Monroe.
Okay, the one on 74 down there. I know where it's at. Yeah.
That's how long it took her to get her driver's license.
And if we got there any later, we wouldn't have gotten a spot.
Steve, I had to go get mine renewed. I got back from one of my trips and noticed on my driver's license, oh my gosh, my driver's license. Well, actually, I got a notice from somewhere. It was in my mailbox, which couldn't get to. Anyway, dealing with the mail again. Okay, I got to go get my driver's license renewed. So I go one Friday afternoon, about 3 o'clock, I go up to Huntersville, to the DMV up there. Lines all the way around the building. And one of the guys with a lanyard comes out with a tag, looks like he's an employee, stands out smoking a cigarette break. He looks at me and says, "You ain't making it today." That's all he told me. So I sit there a minute. I says, "Well, you obviously work here." He said, "Yes, sir." I says, "What's the ticket? I mean, tell me what I got to do." He says, "Show up Monday morning at 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. and stand in line." And that's the only way you're going to, unless you have an appointment. Now, appointments are going to come, but he told me what's going to happen. He said, "Well, this is going to happen. You're going to do it." And so I said, "Okay, fine." So I showed up 6 a.m.
Is that to renew your license?
Yeah.
Okay.
Same thing, basically.
Yeah. Well,
So,
yeah.
basically same thing. So I show up at 6 a.m., sit down on the concrete. I'm about number 15 or so in line, which I'm good about. So I play the game, 10 o'clock. They call my number out. I'm sitting in the main. They call my number out. I was talked to the lady less than 5 or 10 minutes, I promise. I wasn't speaking to her. I did a lie test. I wrote my check. I did all I needed to do. 10 minutes. I was done.
Well,
10 o'clock, I walk out with a sheet of paper. This is the first time. Let me tell you the whole story now. First time. So, and I have to have my driver's license or something because I'm going to out of state and do some traveling. When I go somewhere, I go see something.
You mean fly
and drive.
Yeah.
So I need a driver's license. So I went and got them, but I get a temporary driver's license.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be gone 2 weeks. So by the time I get back, I'll have them. No, not so. I get back, no driver's license. I wait and I wait and wait. Well, mine's going to expire. My temporary one's going to expire. So the bottom line is, and I went to the post office at my district main post office and told them, have I got any mail over here? Y'all keeping my mail? So I raised a red flag that I wasn't getting my mail consistently. She said, well, I'll make a note and, we'll deal with that. I said, fine, appreciate you. So I never got it. So I called DMV and says, well, apparently it's been lost in the mail. You need to go and reapply. I said, wait a minute. Well, you can go online and do it, but you can't do it, blah, blah, blah. And then I tried to go online and here we go with don't even get me going.
Nightmare.
Don't even get me going on the technology side of this equation. So I run into roadblocks. I said, okay, get up at 6 o'clock, go back out there and play this game all over again. And I did. I read a book.
Did you have to wait in line again?
All over. If
I'd already got my license, I would have just gone in the front of the line and said, look, I have a damn license. Let me.
Yeah. Well, I was at the front of the line, but they don't operate that way, Steve, except I have to say, us elderly people, we sometimes have an advantage because we're old senior citizens.
Yeah, we have to go to the bathroom more.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. And we do get special privileges, which I'm grateful for. But I never take advantage of that unless Mary's with me and she said, oh, no, we get seniors. I forgot. I don't even.
You don't think of yourself
I don't even
senior, do you?
Well, no, I really don't. I do more now than I did. But long story short about our DMV, just like our U.S. Postal Service.
Who's it run by?
Our government.
There you go. It says it all. And I know they don't have any extra money to hire more employees or get a bigger building because we're too busy sending it to other countries. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, buddy. Anyway.
But hey, let me tell you, since you talked that, I have a friend that's a police officer, and I think you've met him before, W.J. Miller. And he lives in Clover. But he just told me, and I didn't know this, and you need to check this out. He said, well, do you know they passed the law, they got a thing on the books now that if you stop a person and their license is expired, they have 2 years. They can drive on it 2 years because
I didn't know
because it takes so long
Yeah.
to get your license. There's so many people. That's what he said. He says, I think that is like that in North Carolina too. So that's a good thing to know.
There's so many laws and
they
rules
don't tell you either.
No, there's a lot they don't tell you.
That's right.
I didn't know that.
No,
I had no idea.
I know a lot of policemen that
Right.
runs in my family. So
Cool. Law enforcement.
Yeah.
I hear you. But anyway, little rant about the Postal Service, and we talk about mechanics and all that. But
Brad Hardis,
Brad
Automotive. He's in Indian Trail, Matthews Whittington Road, and he and his team are some of the best mechanics I've ever seen. And my brother-in-law mechanic 30 years, used to work on my cars, but they do it. And you can walk in there, and I walk in and I'll go back there and look at my car. Oh, what are y'all doing to it? Just like the old days. Oh yeah, we're doing this and that. But great. If something happens to your car, get down the road or whatever, he'll bring it back. I had my air conditioner fixed in the old Bronco, and they had to make a line for it because they fixed it first, and then I drove it a couple of days and the line blew out because it had more pressure.
Sure.
And so go down there, fix it, come back, no charge. Don't worry about it.
Well, a good technician is something. Automotive mechanic is something all people need.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Faith, brand new driver, brand new car. I mean, you're just now getting on the road. Do you know how to change a battery?
Yes.
You do.
Mm-hmm.
Congratulations. Who taught you?
My dad.
Tell him I love him. Okay. So you know how to change a tire?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Great. Awesome. See, most kids don't.
Right.
Now I got another question. I'm going a whole different direction. Do you know how to read a tape measure?
Yes.
You do?
My dad owns a construction business.
Yes, he does.
But that is wonderful. But that still doesn't indicate that you can know how to read a tape measure. Although I believe you because your dad is in construction and you can change your car battery. But see, those things are little things, but they're big things.
Do you know
Yeah.
what? What Laura, my wife,
Oh
right?
yeah.
What she was growing up like Faith's age, 16, whatever. When we got our license at 16, we didn't have to go through all this bull crap of
Nope.
doing this and doing that and having all this driving around for a year. Hey, when you got to be 16, you could drive a school bus.
I know.
Remember that?
Oh yeah.
Drive all your
crazy.
friends around.
Right. I agree.
But Laura could adjust the valves, change the tire, change the battery, check the valve lash.
Right.
She didn't learn how to do it all. And then in
She probably
Europe,
lived on a farm.
no, she didn't.
She
But-
didn't really.
No, boys was just all into cars all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But her, in Europe, when you go get your license and have to take a test, you got to know all about the motor, and you have to change a tire. You have to do all that stuff you're talking about. They have to know it all.
And you should.
Yep.
To own a vehicle.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
brings to light of what I was talking about when I opened the show today about our automotive and how we totally are codependent upon our vehicles.
Yeah.
They're one of the most important tools you have. They really are. And to you, Faith, 17, just getting your driver's license, just getting going. Where are you from?
Like
Where are you
around
born?
here? Oh, I'm born in Florida.
You're born in Florida, and you've moved. Your dad's in construction.
Yeah.
And y'all been here about a year? You said.
Tell Miss
About
Company.
10 years.
Tell her Miss Company.
Yeah. What's your
dad's
dad's company?
Boaz Construction.
Say that again.
Boaz Construction.
I love it. I love it. Now, you ain't siblings, brothers, sisters?
I do. I have one sister and one brother.
Where are you in the ranks? The
I'm the oldest.
You're the oldest?
Mhm.
I got you. And so your father's in construction,
Mhm.
and you've been here 10 years. So
Yeah.
you moved here around 7. And have you been homeschooled the whole time?
I have not. I only recently started that in 10th grade
Can I be personal and ask you, why'd you go to homeschool?
because the public school system was that bad.
10-4, buddy.
Okay. I'm just asking questions. She's doing the talking, and this is what I've been talking about.
Yeah.
I've got a 17-year-old student. You've been homeschooled how long now?
A year or so.
Which part of town do you live in?
Matthews,
So you're in Matthews. Where'd you go to school last? Public.
Butler High School.
Okay, know Butler well. Okay. I know them all pretty well, actually. So your parents apparently, what as a student, can you share with me, or would you, some of the problems that you faced in high school?
Poor education. I found that the classes were not engaging and didn't make me use my brain enough. They felt like they were
Hi-yow!
I know.
they were supposed to be high school classes. They felt like a middle school level. And the community and environment as well was very negative, and it was just overall a bad experience, one that my family did not want me to grow up in. The type of students that were there and the education level that I was getting just wasn't enough.
Now, you seem like a pretty bright young lady, which we all are innately. God gave us that.
Hmm.
It's a beautiful thing. Could you as a 17-year-old pin a reason for all this in schools? I mean, that's a big question, and I understand that, truly is. And it's a big one, especially for a young student. But I talk. I want to know why. And I have found that I love talking to youth because you are honest.
Yeah.
And you care. And most students do, but most students are fearful.
Yeah.
They're afraid. Do you find that to be true? Most kids are fearful in school.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And fearful about talking and what they say.
Yeah, everything actually.
Yeah.
What they look
They've
like,
made
how
them
they talk.
afraid.
There's a lot of fear in school. Oh, I see it. I hear it from the kids. But do you think it's a parent problem? I mean, this is what I'm trying to overcome too. It's just like you're homeschooled.
Yeah.
Why? Because schools they suck.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's not only is it a bad learning environment, it's just a bad toxic environment, in various ways. But what are we going to do about it? and I'm not asking you, but this is more your problem than mine because me
Right.
and Steve, like I said, we're going away.
God almighty. I hope I ain't going tomorrow.
No, we ain't
I
going.
got things to do.
Yo, we got a lot to do.
I'm picking up an owl next Tuesday.
Oh, really? A new one? Another one?
Really?
Barnaby. I'm naming it. It's a
Barnaby.
barn owl. Remember, I had a barn owl about a year ago, and he died.
Oh,
He was-
the big one?
no, that's
Not
Pearl.
Cricket.
That's Pearl. Cricket's the little one.
Cricket.
Cricket's been on the show many times.
Oh, yeah.
16 years old now.
Now, which one died?
Barnaby. Maybe you didn't see Barnaby.
I didn't see Barnaby.
It's a barn owl. They're gold
Okay.
with white.
Mhm.
They scream like a woman when there's.
Well, we're
air.
going to talk about
Yeah.
that, but let me get through with Faith.
Yeah.
Because we're going to go to the animal. I bring Steve on the show. I try to do it once a year. Steve, we'll get
We do it
Steve.
twice a year a lot.
Sometimes, yeah, we do it when we can do it, when we think
For
about it.
how many years?
Quite a few. Late 90s. Started.
20-something years.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Yeah. And he's got a background, but he's been on the show. But I want Faith on the show. And I really appreciate you bringing her in.
I would bring her anywhere. And
Thank
why
you.
is she my assistant? Smart.
Where's
Thank
how long you known her?
Few months.
Few months,
2 or
cool.
3 months.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Heart-
And you know how I met her? How'd you meet me?
Through a friend.
No, ma'am. How did you meet me?
I saw you holding an owl And
At my mailbox.
at his mailbox.
All right,
And
I
we just
love
came
this.
over this.
So you were drawn by the animal
She
to
likes
the
animals.
friendship. Well, now I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you a quick story. I was on a dating site when I met Mary, right?
Mm.
This is how I met Mary. And I had a picture with a parrot or a bird on my shoulder
Mhm.
that I use as my profile picture. And that picture is why I got the hit. Okay, because you asked her today, well, he had a bird on his shoulder, and I found it kind of be intriguing. Why has this man got a bird on his shoulder? And that right there is the reason she called me. She hit, she did the hit thing. And that's the last time I've ever been on a dating site. But
Well, know the funny thing about
animals draw people. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
the funny thing about this that she doesn't know that. I mean, when I'm training my new hawks and stuff, I
Yeah.
might have them walking around the neighborhood, but carrying cricket out to my mailbox, that might happen once every 5 years if you're lucky. And here she come riding around on a four-wheeler, her and her buddy. Morgan, we'll say Morgan on the radio in case you listen. Hey, Morgan.
Good morning, Morgan.
Yeah, Morgan, you should have been
Probably
here.
asleep
You
right
should have
now.
been here. And I'm sure you're in Sleepy World, but whatever.
That's-
But here's I was, and that's how she met me. And
Yeah.
I was going,
We
"Oh."
drove past, and then Morgan and I were both like, oh my gosh, he has an owl. And we were like, should we turn around? And we're like, yeah, we should turn around.
That's great.
It
And
was a
you're
great
sitting there
decision.
talking about it, and she's got a helmet on. I can't even see what she looks like. And I go, why don't you take your helmet off so I can see you? You know?
Right,
But
right.
that's how we met.
So you live close to Steve?
I don't, but Morgan lives
Morgan
down the
does, your
street.
friend.
She lives
Okay,
right around
cool.
the corner.
Cool, I got you. Well, let's get back to schools real quick
Mhm.
because I got to hit this. I mean, it's very important. I know what's going on in schools
Mhm.
because I've been in 33 different high schools. I've gone in more schools than most people. And I think that's part of my problem because I'm very honest and blunt with the kids. I ask kids for years now. And by the way, Put Tools in School started in 2018. That's 7 years ago now, right? So
Mhm.
7 years I've been fighting the fight. Not only I, but we collectively, I'd like to say more. We need more collaboration. But my point is, did you have any tool experience in school? Tools.
No.
Did you have any creative teaching to you in school to speak of, like art, like creating, imagining? Did that exist in your school? Your learning?
There was an option to do art. I did not do art. So, no. It was
But it's
most I
minimal.
could do was make some like Google slides for a presentation.
Right. But my point, do you like art?
Yeah. I do.
You know what? We all do.
Yeah.
And that's something else I've come to find out, that we're all creators.
Hmm.
God gave us two
Well,
hands and a
art
mind.
is kind of innate in you,
It's born into us.
just
Yeah.
like music is innate
That is
in
art.
humans.
That
Also.
is art,
Yeah.
Steve.
Yeah, well, it is.
And that's something they're taking away from schools as well. You can't take away music. You can't
Yeah.
take away art. You can't take away the creativity.
Yeah.
What you do is you corner students. You dumb them down. Sit down, be quiet, do what you're told, learn the test scores, and
Yeah.
do well on your SATs so you can go to college and get a degree. For what?
Right. Yeah. It feels very dumbed it down. Yes.
And they've made degrees like kind of like
A
like
car.
like you just have to have them, and then when they go to get a job,
Can't get one.
Yeah.
they can't get one, or the pay's so low they're going scratching their head. Well, what the heck was all that for? And of course, unless you're a doctor, and then you're going to be there for 8
And
years in a
then you're
row.
going to play by their rules, or you're going to be like Dr. Cammie Benton, MD, when you don't play by their rules, you're chastised, you're put through the ringer because you don't play by their rules. And their rules is just like education. It's about head count. Now, what did I say when I said head count? I said money.
That's it.
Yep.
And I know a lot of doctors that are private doctors now because of that.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's right.
It's all corrupted by what? Money.
Money.
Okay. It's causing our kids to die. Now and I'll leave it alone after this. And we'll go talk about what you came here for, animals. I did last year, I did a program with Center360.org, another nonprofit, where every Tuesday evening I would go over to the school, or was it Monday? No, it was Monday, excuse me, every Monday. Not every, but most Mondays. And we would embrace or engage 15 to 20 kids, and it would vary from week to week. These were troubled kids in situations and this, that, and the other. Okay. Where many kids are troubled. That's the problem. We've got a tremendous family dysfunction problem going on in this country.
That's where it all stems from.
Absolutely. And that's kind of why I ask you to see what your answer would be, or where do you see the problem? And it's and I'll really simplify, it's called lack of love.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's true.
In a nutshell. Okay, so I go to Center 360 and I meet a kid one night. We were engaging the kids with tape measure reading and electrical and a little puzzle electronic game, you would call it. And one young man, he was you could tell he was troubled because he was agitated. He acted agitated, but I kept watching him because he just seemed to be a bright kid, but he was, he couldn't stop moving. And I understand, I just felt his energy. Okay, well, everybody else all the kids got engaged and would ask questions, but he was reluctant to come forth and talk. But then he did. And then when he did, I started asking him basic questions. Could you read a tape measure? And I tested him, and he sunk. Just no problem. Every question you asked him, he could answer it, which was rare to middle school kids. So he's bright. You could tell, and he was also interested in learning. You could tell that, but he was very frustrated. I called Jeremy the next morning, Jeremy Johnson from Star Electric, and I asked him, I said, did you notice that he said, and he interrupted me. He said, yeah, I know who you're talking about right now. You don't have to go further. I know which one you're talking about. He came to you, then he came over to me. I said, yeah, what'd you find in this kid? Man, he could go into the trades tomorrow. He had that mind, and you and me both saw it. And he did, well, he's gone. He died.
Oh, really?
Oh.
How old was he?
He passed away as a middle school kid going into the 9th grade. So why did he die? I don't know. But you can bet it was a social issue, if you get my drift.
Oh, yeah.
This is going on rampant. It's rampant between suicide. Have you known families that lost teenage kids through suicide?
I used to when I was at Butler, yes.
In public schools,
Yep,
you
in
do,
public
don't
school.
you? Probably more than one, too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You hear it, folks. I'm sorry. That's our education. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? Our kids are killing themselves. We got to do something.
Mhm.
And put tools in schools is an answer. You may not see it as such, but let me tell you something. You put self awareness and self esteem up to the forefront and you encourage kids to fail, eliminate the fear, you would create a lot of creative, and we are geniuses. You are. You're
Thank
born
you.
that way. But we're not stimulating that in our kids, are
Mhm.
we?
No, we're not.
There it is. All right. We'll be back. More about your house. Let's talk animals. You
More about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
There's big news in the Carolinas. Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances is now Queen City Home Store. For over 70 years, we've been your trusted retailer for appliances, electronics, and more. Now, we're taking it to the next level with a new name, a fresh look, and more ways to serve you, offering the same outstanding service you've always counted on, while bringing you everything you need for your home. Queen City Home Store. Same great service, more possibilities. Visit us at queencityonline.com.
What's up, everyone? This is Jenna with Crown Town Cannabis, Charlotte's first dispensary. Now, if you're looking to get into gardening and not the kind where you get your hands dirty, you need to come and check us out at any of our multiple stores across the state of North Carolina. We have everything in there to get you started on your gardening journey and a team full of educated staff that'll help walk you through the different products and what you can do with them. Now, if you don't have the time to get into the store, check us out at cltcbd.com for a full range of products and descriptions on how to get your gardening journey started.
Let's face it, we do not like bugs and especially spiders and ants. Unwanted pests in the home are not only creepy, they can also spread sickness and cause significant damage to the structural integrity of our homes. Kilo Exterminating has been taking care of pest control problems in the Charlotte area for over 70 years with award-winning customer service. Moisture readings are standard with all crawl space inspection. Call Kilo Exterminating at the first sign of infestation, 704-333-9855, or online at kilo.biz. Again, that's 704-333-9855.
Hi, I'm Sam Otero of AteroMedia.com. Someone asked me once what I loved most about my 30-year-long career as a media producer and educator, and I have to say the fact that not only do I get to create for a living every day, but then I get to teach and help others to use the content and gear systems that I've built for them themselves. You need professional live event video production or streaming services? You're in great hands with our family business. All 5-star Google reviews. That's ETTARO media.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
Do it. All right, welcome back. I called Steve Hughes, by the way. Steve, little background here.
Wildlife wonders.
Wildlife wonders.
I was
Talk to the
born.
mic.
I
Hold
was
on.
born wild. I was born being wild.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. But Steve's a Renaissance man. And if you know what a Renaissance man is, if you don't, it's a man that can be pretty adapted about any environment he goes into. Wouldn't you say that?
Yeah, pretty much.
He can cook. He can fix his cars. He's mechanical. He was a painter. He's a wildlife artist. Back to the art thing. Have you seen his artwork?
I have. It's amazing.
Pretty impressive,
Yeah.
isn't it? You know, he's just makes decoys.
Well, a carve.
You carve,
carve
right?
wildlife.
Carve wildlife. He's just a very extraordinary, talented genius of a man. Really.
And I've done that for my whole life. I started working at the Nature Museum when I was about as an assistant at 14, and I worked there till 19, till the Vietnam War. Then I went to the Cincinnati Zoo. I worked at a private zoo down at the beach.
How'd you get hooked up with Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom? That was his claim to fame.
Yeah, I met Jim Fowler at he was talking about zoo design at Davidson College, and that's where I met him. And Jim was a falconer too, so we hit it off. And then I had wolves. I had wolves at that time I raised, and snakes and hawks and all that. So he started asking me, well, I'm going to be at South Carolina or North Carolina or Georgia or where he was from, Georgia, Albany, North Georgia. And he started asking me if I would help him. And then that's how I started into that program by doing that. He was a very nice guy. He died a few years ago.
Well, the thing is, like Jim Fowler's another great example of passion and just incredible desire to learn and be a part of nature.
Yeah.
And what all the animals have to offer. And I mean, it's a great thing. Well, how'd you get attached to the show?
To the show through Jim.
Through Jim. He just said
Jim
day we're going to.
Jim worked for Mutual Omaha even then.
Right.
But he would go around and give lectures on all kinds of things. People would call him from all over around the United States to talk about this or that or this or that. Like we went to Operaland one time. Only time my wife ever went with me, and it ended up being I took the wolf. We had a mountain lion and a leopard.
You had all these animals at one time?
No, I didn't have the leopard at my house. That belonged to a guy I know, the mountain lion, Tim
You
Seager.
borrowed him.
Well, no, he brought them.
Okay,
he brought those, and then I brought the wolf, and then it was 90 degrees, and oh God, we're going to do all these functions with all these animals all day long, and animals get tired.
Oh, sure, they're animals, just like
dragging
humans.
them all around.
We're the same.
And leopards kind of like dogs, and all these were raised in captivity. So, but I noticed we went to a hotel room and they had all these people there. I guess people dealing with Mutual Omaha,
right,
or something.
Okay, corporate.
Yeah, like a corporate type thing. And I was so tired, and the animals were so tired. They were laying on the floor across the room. And people walk around. They had this great big.
So you had them in your hotel room, just
some hotel room. I don't know where in opera. I don't even know which hotel it was.
It was a big building with a lot of rooms in it, and you just stayed in one.
I just went where I was told. But we took them all up there, and they were laying down, and we hadn't had anything to eat, and they had this great big huge bowl of shrimp, and the shrimp must have been 6 inches long.
Big prawns.
I was going, I am so hungry. I'm going over there. I'm going to eat. Lord, me too. And we went over there and left the animals just laying down. And I was sitting there and I was going, oh no, the dog and the mountain lion, the wolf and the mountain lion are getting too close. Something's going to happen. As soon as I said that, man, have you ever heard a mountain lion and a wolf screaming at each other about that far apart in a hotel room? Those people, they look like fish going up, backing up to the wall, sitting there going, oh no, they didn't know, because there was some snarling and screaming going on. And Laura said, go on over there. I said, I said, they'll stop in a minute, which they did, but that was pretty hairy.
Yeah.
But you knew
I
they
thought
were-
it was kind of funny myself. I didn't say anything, but it was pretty hilarious.
That is a neat story. Thanks for sharing. Mountain lion and a wolf, fighting in a hotel room.
Yep.
Well, when you took them up to the hotel room, did you get? I mean, what people say about that? Here you hauling a mountain lion.
Well, they were obviously hosting
the big
Mutual
event,
Omaha's Wild Kingdom, and
right?
That's
They
a
get privileges.
humongous insurance company.
Sure.
Yeah.
So they pay all the bills for everything. So they're going to do that,
Got freedom.
So that was just one little event. I had lots of little events that happened.
Well, with animals, I imagine you do have a lot of things going on.
And I tell everybody that works for me or helps me too, just like her, that if you deal with animals, that you're going to get bit.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
gonna
it's
get
just like if
clawed,
you're going to
scratch, bit at some
exactly.
time.
Yeah, exactly.
You have to be very careful with the public because, I was teaching at all these private schools, and I would ask the kids to I have these animal classes every week. And I'd say, we'd be talking about something about getting hurt, or they do what's that feel like when the snake bites? I said, well, it's kind of like being scratched by some briars. And they'd go, what's briars? And this was not rare. Or I'd say I might mention a thorn.
What's a thorn?
What's a thorn?
What?
And, and I'd go, have you ever been hurt? No. I'm sitting there going, holy mackerel. And
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
Gee whiz.
All
And
right.
you know what? You talk about schools, and this is Providence Day, say.
Oh, yeah.
The kids want to name
One of the college promise schools.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
the want to name an animal. And it was real fast. I said, let's call him Bullet. Oh, we're not supposed to say that. Third grade. We're not supposed to say Bullet.
What?
We're not supposed to say, how about arrow? No, we can't do that. It's the Indian. Arrows. I'd go,
No.
I'd go, hey, y'all sit Indian style. Oh, we're not allowed to say that. I'm sitting there looking at the teacher going, what the hell?
Yeah, I had one of them moments at Center 360 one night when I said, good girl. They all started laughing. You don't say girl. I just ignored it and kept going.
Right.
We got to take a top of the hour break here. 704-227-8986. You got an animal question you want to ask?
Hurry
Steve?
up.
Call. Don't be afraid to talk.
Don't call.
be afraid.
Yeah.
Call in. I tell you what, you call in with a good question that I like, and I'll give you a $25 gift card to, I can't think. Yeah, McCoy's. Yeah, McCoy House. McCoy Smokehouse and Saloon down on Old Prineville Road.
And I might even let y'all go on a hawking event with us in the wintertime when we go do falconry.
And we come back, we'll tell you what a hawking event is. More thorns and briars, too. We'll be back. You got to play by all the rules.
Grab another cup of coffee and join us for Hour 2. Steve Hughes, an animal specialist, and his student Faith continue telling their stories, and they'll be talking all things animals. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. Also brought to you in part by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store is a family-owned store serving the Carolinas for over 70 years. They're the largest independent appliance retailer in the Carolinas, constantly growing and taking pride in the experience they offer customers with a knowledgeable sales staff, product selection, and lowest price guarantee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
All right.
All right, welcome back. About your house, Steve Hughes in the house today with Miss Faith. Faith who?
Faith Barron.
Barron?
Yes.
Barron?
Yes, that's
There you
right.
go. Had a Barron on the show not too long ago, Damon Barron. He wouldn't be related, would he? You know,
No.
Uncle Damon? Uncle Damon. Yeah, he's into woodworking. You would enjoy what he does. He's into wood, restoration wood, like trees. The city will cut down trees. They'll call Damon and say, "Damon, I got these big old historical poplars over here. You want them?" He'll go get them, kill, dry them, cut them, mill them, everything. Beautiful, beautiful. He just donated the top for the studio, podcast studio, over the toolbox.
Donated what?
Tabletop.
Oh.
The tabletop is ambrosia maple,
Mm.
which is a rare,
Yeah.
somewhat rare tree, you know. But anyway, got talking to Steve Hughes, but about animals today. Once, twice a year, every year we bring, and he always brings a student, or we try to bring a student, or one of his followers or proteges, whatever you want to call it. Well, he brought Faith Barron in today, and I'm glad he did. And Faith is a young 17-year-old who's going to CPCC to finish up high school.
Yes, I am.
And then what you going to do?
Then I want to get, I want to be a nurse. So,
Do you have any particular areas of nursing you want to get into?
nurse anesthetist.
Oh, really? You're going to put people to sleep?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
That's good. Okay,
Are
cool.
you good in math?
Yes.
Oh, good. You're
I
going to
know.
need it.
What?
Yeah.
Can I ask you what took you there?
Well, a lot of things. I like helping people, and I also enjoy science, and I enjoy the hospital environment as well, which sounds strange, but I mean,
No.
I don't want a desk job, I'd like something where I'm moving, being engaged, doing different things. Being in a surgery room is pretty cool,
I know. I've been in one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is cool. Actually, the whole medical arena, I love the aspect of being a doctor because of all the
Mhm.
reasons you just said. It's no different, and then the people can sit there and say, "That boy's talking crazy." It's no different from what I've done my whole life, and what you've done, Steve, is serving people.
Yeah.
And all it takes is intelligence and knowledge and resources to be passionate and into it, to learn it and help people.
Mhm.
I mean, isn't that what medical's all about? Helping
Yeah,
people,
it is.
serving people. That's
Yeah.
it. And I have known a lot of doctors in my life, and I've had some wonderful, beautiful conversations with them. And it's interesting.
It is.
Even today, I love talking to doctors, and well, especially today because of the complications in the Western medicine arena, period. And it's not pleasant right
Yeah.
now because it's being controlled by corporate America. Like it or not, that's a fact.
I wanted to be a vet when I was.
I can understand that.
And I wanted to be a zoo vet, so I could work on all kinds of animals and not
Right.
just dogs and cats. But I didn't have enough money back when I was growing up to go to medical
But
school.
okay, reflecting on that though, your experience has given you so much insight to animal behavior, and you just told a story before the break, top of our break there, about having the animals in a hotel room. Well, not just anybody can do that.
No, but I've been bitten a lot.
Right.
Well, but you did. You apparently
But
knew it.
But I
too.
like that.
But
When I was
that's the
in my
excitement
20s
in-
and 30s,
right?
40. I still doesn't bother me. But I know animals in the wild also, and that's I like to tell people about animals and everything.
Well, that's what you've done more than anything.
But people, it's a strange thing that I find strange that people live on the earth, and they have to be involved with nature in many ways, but they don't know really very much about it at all. How they're symbiotically related to everything on the planet.
Yep.
You're not just you're just part of millions of other things.
We're all one.
Yeah.
We're all one, and we're part of
And
it.
I find that fascinating that so many people, they know basketball scores and football
Things that
scores
really don't matter.
and this and that, but they don't know much about the world they live in.
Right. They're not tree huggers.
Yeah. Well,
like us.
I just
I love the wild.
Yeah.
Mary and I'll go. You know what grounding is, right?
grounding.
Yeah, grounding. Walking barefooted.
Oh,
Okay.
Barefoot-
Well, I mean, that might
barefoot-
sound crazy, but there's health benefits to walking barefooted. It's a fact that
Yeah.
there's a transfer. Do you know about that?
Yeah, I do.
You're pretty
I've heard of
bright.
that.
She's a pretty bright girl.
yes, she is.
Thank
You're
you.
a pretty bright girl.
Pretty bright girl at
Yes.
17.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But grounding, and it's really getting close to nature and source. Now, what is source to some? God.
Yeah.
Your maker.
There's a creator, because guess what? People sometimes, I try not to get in discussion with people about God or anything. I have over the years, and it's useless. But if you don't, if they don't believe in God,
Right.
well, I just go to the simplest scientific facts is, well, where did everything come from? A thing cannot create itself. So if a thing can't create itself, then where'd it come from?
Yeah.
So there you go. And the Big Bang Theory, that doesn't work either.
No.
Because you guess what? You have to have things to have a bang.
I know.
So
Something's got to
okay.
create the bang or the spark.
So things are created to me by design.
Yeah.
And
to me,
what
it's-
else can you say?
To me, it's very apparent. And, one of the beautiful things is if look at nature as a whole and every living organism and how it's associated with every other living organism.
Yeah.
And that's the very, very simplistic way of looking at it. We're all the same, just different in certain aspects. But all living creatures, even plants, trees,
Yeah.
they're communicating to each other. We do. People say, "Oh, you're crazy." Okay, I'm crazy. But man, it works for me.
Well, you know what? When you're talking about barefoot, I did not wear shoes all the way up, and I was 14 years old. And soon as it got warm enough, and then my warm was really early, I didn't wear shoes all summer. The only time I put a pair of shoes on if I had to go inside a store or church.
Sure.
And I could run down the road
sure.
barefooted
Sure.
on hard roads. I was in horse manure and all stuff.
Ew.
You talking? I got more germs in me than you could put on a daggum dish. You look at them.
Right,
Petri dish.
Petri dish. Yeah. If you grew my germs, boy, you'd be in trouble.
Right. All right, let's get on track here for the people out there listening. We take, a lot of people are fearful. Did you have fear of animals?
No.
When you met him, I mean, there's a reason he brought you in here
Mhm.
because apparently you're at home with animals.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's at home with animals, except for she might not want to get bitten right off the bat.
What do you mean?
What? Yeah.
Oh, from the owls, yes. I don't like owls.
Remember the king
You don't like
snake?
owls?
The king
The
snake.
king,
Yeah.
I have a king snake, and it was raising back like it was going to strike at her. And I said, "Pick it up, pick it up."
I've picked up wild
Oh,
king
no.
snakes.
Yeah, she did. She caught a wild king snake. She was supposed to give
Picked
me,
it
and
up, took a
I don't
selfie
know
with
where
it.
that is.
You been
I
bitten
still
by
look at
one
it.
yet?
I have.
Where'd it bite you? Right there?
I forget. It was like some
Yeah.
small indent on my
Okay, yeah.
finger.
I never forget the day with a friend of mine. We were kids. He picked up a snake and felt all kind of comfortable with it, and all of a sudden that snake just clamped down on
Yeah.
him right there, and he just, ah! So,
Well, I tell all the people that work with me, I said, eventually you are going to be bitten or scratched.
Yeah.
You just can't be that careful. But you're not going to go to the hospital. It's not going
Right.
to really hurt you. And once you've bitten
like
and
being
scratched,
bit by or bee stung.
yeah.
Right.
I mean, you just okay, well, whatever. But
I hear you.
now big animals are different. Big monkeys and big animals, big snakes. They can put a whomping on you.
Yeah.
Alligators.
Alligators are deadly. They're scary.
I had one
Yeah.
bite me on the hand one time when I worked at the private zoo. It took 2 people to get it off my hand. I couldn't open his mouth with it on my hand.
Do you think he lost that hand?
Huh?
Did you think he looking at that?
No, he wasn't that big. It was only about that big.
Okay, I got you.
But that doesn't matter. I had a caiman bite me one time, which is
What's a caiman? Tell
it's
them
kind of like almost like a cross between an alligator and a crocodile. They live in Central and South America,
Okay,
and they don't get as big as alligators. A big one might be 6 feet.
got you.
Man, I had a lecture to do down at Kiowa Island,
Right.
and I had to leave like at 5 o'clock in the morning. And this happens regularly, especially with April. The caiman got out of its aquarium somehow, and I saw it on the floor. So I went to just pick it up and put my hands underneath it. And when I did that, that thing just turned and went bam, like that, right on the side of my hand,
Ugh.
and cut my hand open from here to here. It's like somebody took a razor blade and slit it open.
Oh,
Didn't
Lord.
bite me. It just, and I have never been bitten like that by one. I was just bleeding like a sieve when I came upstairs. It was early, and April heard me, and she gave me blood everywhere. She always does this. Now what happened? I bandaged it up and went down there and had to spend the night. And we gave our lectures, but I've been bitten in the face by anacondas, on the chest
Well, you
by
fought an
mountain lions.
anaconda in the Amazon, didn't you?
Yeah, big anaconda. Anacondas are mean. They're just like giant water snakes.
Well, they are big giant water snakes, just like, what do you mean? And they're big.
Yeah.
I mean, how big do they get? They eat a
18
human
feet.
being. Huh?
18 feet. They're the heaviest of all the snakes, too.
Right.
They get a
Yeah.
little big around.
And you had to get in the water with one day.
Oh, yeah. Many times.
Many times.
Yeah. Well, I've had anacondas, too.
I got you. Well, let's talk about this area. A lot. You take so much for granted with animals, and of their existence. But a lot of people, like barred owls. Tell them about barred owls. A lot of people don't even know what the noise you hear. I called Steve one time. I lived out in Weddington, and I had a noise. I woke up, was awakened one night by something outside my house in a tree, making a noise like a monkey in a zoo.
Yeah.
Like a monkey in a zoo. And
Yeah.
I said, what in the world? And then it chatter off something about a couple seconds or a minute later, another, whatever it was, talked back to him in a different language.
Mm-hmm.
You thought they were from a different country making noise. I called
Wow.
you and asked you, and he said, oh, that's a barred owl.
Yeah.
He said, they're very popular to this area.
They're very vocal. They're one of the most common. And then you have the red-shouldered hawk that people see all the times in their yard. They like to be around creeks, and those particular birds like to eat frogs and lizards and snakes and bugs. They eat rats and mice too, small rabbits, but they they eat a lot of reptiles.
Right.
And but red-tailed hawks and other hawks will eat snakes too, but that's their main diet. So they have different diets,
And owls, though, very plentiful around this area. A
Very
lot,
plentiful.
lot of owls.
Yeah.
I mean, but they're nocturnal. They only come out
Well, you'll see
You
them
can
sometimes
see.
rise at dusk. You'll see them flying.
or on a fence post
Uh-huh.
or just around your house. I'll never forget walking around the house at a job one day. I went to give a price or look at a job out in Matthews one night and walked around the house, and there on the fence post sat an
Yeah.
owl. I said, "Wow."
Well,
He just looked at me like, "What are you doing?"
owls are strange creatures. I can tell you, they act a little odd. Their attention span's about like a child's. Every second they want to not pay attention.
Yeah. Yeah, we have some around our
Yeah.
house.
All right, let's take a break here. You're listening to Fox Sports Charlotte, About Your House, every
There you
Saturday
are.
morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Facebook Live, YouTube Live, and soon to be other stuff. But hey, we've been talking about it long enough, and let me do something. We're working on it, believe me. Things take long. Have you noticed that, Steve, how things just take more time to get done?
Yes.
Oh,
It's
my
horrible,
goodness.
isn't it?
Well, ever since they said computers were going to help your life and make it so you could do everything quicker, it's done just the opposite.
Thank
And-
you very much. I appreciate
and-
that
and-
because I
but
couldn't
you're
agree
right.
more. Couldn't agree more.
But I found out too, just between me and you, that people themselves have changed, that they don't want to do things quickly anymore.
Poor
I
work
like to
ethic,
get up
yeah.
and just start. I start and I don't stop until the damn day's over.
Right, I hear you. All right, let's take a break. We'll be back with more about your house. Steve Hughes, Faith Barron in the house talking. Well, we'll talk about some animals, all kind of animals. We got lots of them in this here area. Let's talk about it. Come on back.
Out more about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Mike Libretto here, owner of Libretto's Pizzeria and Spinello's Pizza. I opened my first pizzeria in New York City in 2004. Not long after that, I took my passion to Charlotte, North Carolina, serving up a taste of New York City with great pizzas and authentic Italian cuisine. Come in, relax, and enjoy Libretto's Pizzeria, located off Johnson Road in the Ballantyne area. Libretto's is also home of the famous Spinello's Pizza, a 10-inch infused frozen pizza, offered in both pepperoni and plain cheese. Visit SpinellosPizza.com for more information, to find a retailer near you, or just to order for pickup at the restaurant. Libretto's Pizzeria is open 7 days a week, a great place to relax, dine in, take out, delivery, or for catering. Visit us online at Libretto'sPizzeria.com. Call us at 704-714-1442 for the best in New York pizza and Italian cuisine. That's Libretto's Pizzeria. Stop in and become part of the family.
Summer heat is here, along with the humidity. Will your air conditioner provide the comfort needed? ABS Insulating can provide the resources to give you comfort this summer and all year. ABS Insulating uses the latest technology and products to insulate and seal the envelope of your home, creating a comfortable environment all year long, also extending the life of the air conditioning. Call ABS Insulating today for lasting comfort tomorrow. 704-821-4343 or absinsulating.com.
There's big news in the Carolinas. Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances is now Queen City Home Store. For over 70 years, we've been your trusted retailer for appliances, electronics, and more. Now, we're taking it to the next level with a new name, a fresh look, and more ways to serve you, offering the same outstanding service you've always counted on, while bringing you everything you need for your home. Queen City Home Store. Same great service, more possibilities. Visit us at queencityonline.com.
Let's face it, We do not like bugs and especially spiders and ants. Unwanted pests in the home are not only creepy, they can also spread sickness and cause significant damage to the structural integrity of our homes. Kilo Exterminating has been taking care of pest control problems in the Charlotte area for over 70 years with award-winning customer service. Moisture readings are standard with all crawl space inspection. Call Kilo Exterminating at the first sign of infestation, 704-333-9855, or online at kilo.biz. Again, that's 704-333-9855.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Got Steve Hughes, animal extraordinaire in the house, artist, nature, tree hugger, hippie.
I ain't a hippie.
You ain't no hippie?
Nah.
Never was?
That's what he thinks.
I beg to differ, my man.
I was different.
Well, okay.
I was
got that.
different my whole life because when I was going to school, high school, junior high, all the kids were into whatever was going on at the time. It's like, and I was not. I was out in the woods. I was catching snakes. I was frog gigging. And I was drawing pictures even then. So I didn't do the same things a normal kid would be doing. So I was very different. But I didn't. People didn't say, "Oh, well." They might have said, "Well, Steve's different," but they didn't think I was crazy or weird. I was just different than them.
Right, exactly. I know quite a few different people even today. Did you ever know Ralph Killow? Dr. Killow?
Yeah. He lives not that far from me.
Right. He's still with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, great man.
Yeah.
But you remind me a lot of Ralph, Dr. Killow.
Yeah, he
said he told me a story about growing up, how he loved bugs.
Yeah.
And how he played with bugs.
He's a real entomologist.
Oh, I know. Mm-hmm. He's a PhD in entomology. Yeah.
He was one of the few companies you could call out to your house and they get rid of wasps and hornets. You call most of those places. Oh, no, we don't do that. We don't do those.
Killow's one of the oldest pest control companies in Charlotte. Yep. Exterminators, call them what you want. But they're a great company, and Brian Wyndham has taken it over.
Brian is a friend of mine, and Brian was one of the leaders of a
Boy Scout
thing, that St. Stephen's church on Old Sardis Road.
Uh-huh.
I would go there many times and give lectures to the Boy Scouts.
Yep.
Yeah.
What used to be the Boy Scouts?
10-4 on that one. Yeah. And I'd go out to that big Boy Scout.
Drives me crazy.
Yeah.
I'd go out big Boy Scout camp out off Reef Road there. It's real huge because I have another friend that I grew up with, Bob Messenger, that is a veterinarian, and I would go give lectures out of there, and they might have 100 or 200 kids out there that day. But
the talking about animals, and here we have a 17-year-old student here. You love animals, apparently.
I do. Yeah,
Since you've met him, have you learned a lot about animals?
I have. I've learned a lot about owls, about snakes, about even turtles, like
And talking to people
and
about them.
talking to people about them. Yeah.
And I asked her this during a break. I said, "What's the most important thing you do every day, Faith?" And she said, "Pray." And well,
Oh, you did? I didn't hear that.
that's in there. Oh yeah, she
Oh,
said
she
pray.
did? Well, I
And
can't hear.
And
My wife
well,
says I
and
can't
it's
hear.
in that it's in that genre called communication.
Yeah.
You know, communication is the most important thing we do every day, and that's something else we don't teach well in school.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's probably the most important thing every student that is in that school do every day. But we don't put emphasis on that. I don't understand why not, but anyway. So, but you've learned a great deal about communicating. Now, you told me you took her to Davidson with you, and she addressed how many people?
Oh.
Was that the
I'll
first
put it
time you
this
ever
way.
did that?
I'll put it this way. I got some pictures that Johnny Mackey, my friend, remember he was up there? The guy I was telling you about, this photographer. He took some pictures and sent it to me on my phone. And the line to hold cricket and Junebug, the little screech owls, was just enormous.
outrageous,
And
yeah.
I'm just sitting there. And half those people had already been there once or twice already.
Like riding a Fury or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to hold cricket.
But
Cricket's a little screech owl.
That's a big one. And then I have a lady that just called the UNC Charlotte, and they're going to have a lecture in September.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's in the botanical garden, and I didn't know how big that was. I asked her. She said it was 10 acres. I didn't know that.
Wow.
But so she wants to know if I want to do it, but we're going to see if I can do it or not, if they can cover the insurance thing, because
Yeah.
you know I don't go to all the schools on a regular basis anymore, so I don't have that insurance that covers. So
You know, part of putting tools in schools, and I want to talk about this a minute. You know, we need funding. And you say, what do you need funding for? Well, there's a lot to do. And insurance. Let's take insurance, for example. If we go out to a school, the school is, and they won't tell you this, but the schools are covered. They have insurance. Public schools have to, or they couldn't have all the students there. But they don't want to use it, obviously.
Right.
So they use every precaution in the world to keep things under control. Well, when we go to a school, I want to be sure that I can get support there with businesses.
Mhm.
Well, they want to know they're not liable.
Oh yeah.
And I understand that. So it was my first venture to get raise money to buy an insurance policy. $5,000 a year. $5,000 a year. Now I'm not going to pay it this year. I don't want to pay it this year until we've become very active again.
Mhm.
And when we become active, meaning I want to be active, but if the schools won't allow you in there to bring a program in there, then you're not active, are you?
Well, I had to pay. I had a $2 million insurance policy.
Yeah.
And the first 3 lectures I have to do were but free to pay for that. You know, so that wasn't helpful. But the thing was, when COVID came, I was a contractor to all these schools, so that went out the window.
Yep, you're done
for a whole year or more. And then after that, they had camps too.
Sure.
But they wanted me to come back and do the camps. Well, I canceled my policy because I wasn't doing these lectures.
Right.
Yeah.
Except for some odds and ends. I was doing birthday parties and things
Oh, that's
like that.
different.
But
Yeah.
I said, well, I don't have my insurance. I don't have that. I'm not paying that to come do a camp, a 3 or 4 week camp. Oh, well, don't worry about that. We'll pay it for you, or
Right.
the school will take care of. And I go, well, why didn't you tell me that for the last 11
They
years?
don't tell you.
Yeah.
So
So
it's
they
kind of
won't
like
they don't want to use theirs.
it's like homeowners. Well, I go to Backyard Birds. You know, you
Oh,
came
sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
there. And Faith helped me there, and you know, she covers me on her her
And they
insurance
can.
at the
Exactly.
store.
And should.
Well, it's like if somebody comes and trips under a score and falls down, same thing.
Same thing.
Now, I don't have anything that I'm going to let people get hurt with anyway.
Right.
You know, I
You'd
don't
be an
let
idiot
they
if
don't
you
hold
did that.
pearl
Yeah, right,
or
exactly.
anything like they hold things like the hognose snake,
Yeah.
the uh, blue tongue skink, cricket, June bug, and some of the indigos, big snakes, hold their head. They get to
Yeah.
hold their body, right?
Yep.
That's what I showed her
Mhm.
to do. This is what we do. Don't let them have the head.
Right.
Big snake. Yeah.
Because here's the deal. If you got animals, and here's another thing that you learn over the years, a snake, they smell, right? They could smell. So, I don't know if little Judy there has hamsters or a pet rat or mice or birds and been holding them that day. Well,
Scent.
if the snake smells that on you, it might just turn around and bite where they smell.
Yeah.
They're not the most intelligent creatures, right? So, okay, that can happen. So I got to tell all the people who help me, look, this is what can happen. This is what can happen. Snakes are not always reliable. Hognose snakes are pretty reliable.
Yeah.
But the blue tongue skink's reliable.
Yeah.
But overall, you just can't assume things are not going to bite you. Well, they
Right.
are.
Yeah.
If you think they're not going
They're
to happen,
animals.
they're going to happen. It's going to happen.
Right.
So I have to be very careful with that. But I am. And like I said, nothing can hurt you. But
All right, it's snake season. Summer came in this year with a vengeance. There's no question.
yeah.
First week of summer, even the week before it hit, we were in the 90s.
Yeah.
Crazy intro this year. We didn't have a long spring
No, we
to
didn't.
speak of.
Yeah.
But not a decent spring this year. It didn't ease. Summer didn't ease in here. It came in with a bang. Well, typically that just creates more snake population, right or wrong.
Well, when it's real hot like we have now, you don't really have to worry about snakes in the daytime usually, because they're
Not unless you're invading their space.
well,
their
yeah, if you
environment,
go in the
like
right
gardens.
right places. But most of the time, when it's in the high 80s or 90s, snakes are hiding underneath stuff to keep cool. Early in the mornings and late in the evenings when the sun goes down, that's when a lot of snakes will be coming out on the road, on your driveway, especially copperheads, when it's just our most common venomous snake.
Yeah.
They're everywhere. So
They're very popular.
and you'd be surprised if you call the hospital how many people were probably bitten during the summer by going out on their driveways, or you're leaving your garage door open and you walk out and they're in the garage, you know? So
Mhm.
that happens. You just don't hear about it.
They don't tell you what they don't want you to hear.
It's kind of like people don't think about how many people are hit on a bicycle every day, but it's enormous. And how
Yeah.
many people are killed
Yeah.
just riding along on a bicycle. So
Environmental hazards.
yeah, environmental hazards, but they're out. But they're more out in the evening now, early in the mornings and in the evening. Because we go snake hunting at night, called road hunting. You drive down in different areas out in the country, and they'll be laid on the side of the road or in the middle of the road at night. They catch a lot of bugs and a lot of things come out.
Well, nights when it's cooler,
Yeah.
it would be like owls.
Oh yeah.
Owls do all their hunting, killing, eating, primarily in night.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the night when I was awakened with a geese, a Canadian goose, whatever you want to call it. Man, it was squawking and making the most ridiculous noise, and I knew it was getting attacked by an owl. I mean, it was obvious.
It'd be a great horned owl. Or all the
Yeah.
other owls are too small to mess with the goose.
Something was messing with it.
And it could have been a raccoon, it could have been a fox. People don't think about we have lots of raccoons,
Well,
foxes,
let's talk about all the animals in this area.
weasels, minks. We have all those around. They like to be found around more near the creeks and all, but they're around. You just don't ever see them.
Wow.
You really have to be in the woods a lot. And I've been in the woods a lot, and probably I've only seen minks probably 3 times in my life running around. Weasels probably 3 or 4 times in my life. I'd see a weasel.
But you'd see them in this area.
I saw one long ago at the Mint Museum. I used to see minks kind of right near South Park on Fairview Road. There was a
Right.
big old farm there. There's a creek that goes through there. They got a little swim club. But at that old farm that used to be there, I used to go snake hunting. I'd go there one time in the early morning. They had blackberry bushes and all. And I looked around there, and there were two that mink didn't see, but they were playing. And one of them was black and one of them was red. And just beautiful.
Yeah.
And even a few years ago, I saw one dead over there. So they're still there.
Wow.
Coyotes are here. They go by your house
They
at
do.
night and eat dog food and this and that. People, here you go. They just don't think about all the things that are out there. Lots of things. Moles, voles.
Moles and voles
Yeah.
invade your yards.
Yeah.
And moles go after grubs. They go after meat. They're carnivores.
And
voles aren't. Voles are vegetarians.
That's right.
Voles attack your gardens,
And you know
your
what? A lot of
flowers,
people
and
don't
eat all
ever,
the roots.
they don't see very often. When they do, they don't know what it is. A shrew.
Oh yeah,
You know what a shrew is?
Nope.
Well, I'll have to tell you on the way home.
it looks like a little pig. under
They're
it.
only about this long.
And they got a little
And they got to
snout.
eat their body weight every day or they're going to die because their
Wow.
metabolism is so high. And they attack bugs or, they're carnivores, worms, bugs, little snake, anything.
Yeah.
They'll just gobble it up. They have to do that.
They're a weird looking creature too.
They're strange.
They strange. Look terrible. Yeah, scary to be so little. Well, they
Aw.
are. You got
They made a horror movie with giant shrews in a long time back in the 60s. The giant
Nice.
shrews. But I saw a
Poor things.
horror movie with huge rabbits too one time.
Right.
Like rabbits eat meat, eat people.
Oh,
Yeah, they'll
So,
do anything with
I
animals.
think that's kind of strange.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is strange.
And I just saw a movie the other day, and it was I just saw the name of it on YouTube, and I watched it. And it was taking place in Borneo. And this is one of my pet peeves I've had my whole life. When they make a movie, they put the wrong animals in the wrong areas. And they had these giant
Oh.
anacondas in Borneo. And I'm going, it was a pretty good movie, except I'm thinking, well, the whole movie's ruined. They got an anaconda in Borneo. Well, he's not supposed to be there. A whole bunch of them, and I see that all this. They have different monkeys in the jungle from Africa. They'll have capuchins from South America or squirrel monkeys, and you're going, what are they doing there?
Right. But
That-
you know that stuff, so it bugs you.
It irritates me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's just like most. Well, I
But
won't
you
go
can't
there.
talk to a director doing the movie. You can tell them, well, that's not supposed to be there. Well,
I
it
don't
looks
care.
good. I go,
Yeah.
it doesn't supposed to be there. I've had arguments with him. One guy wanted me to, or making a movie, some kind of B movie, I call them. And they wanted
So you were involved with movies too, with
Oh,
animals.
sometimes, yeah.
They'd call y'all in to take care of the animals.
Well, no. Well, this particular movie, they were making it, I think, in Charlotte, because that's where I went to talk to the people. They wanted a Gila monster. You know what that is?
Oh yes, big
know
old
what that is?
ugly lizard.
You got a lot to learn. It's the only poisonous snake lizard we have in the United States.
Okay.
And they can get about that big.
Out in the
Nice.
Midwest, predominantly.
Arizona,
yeah.
Texas,
New Mexico, those
New
areas, yeah.
Mexico, Mexico. And so, well, we want to get that. And I said, well, yeah, I can get one. But I said, it's going to cost like $2,000 to get one. But they don't want to put it, and they're going to magnify it, and make it look big.
Make a monster out of it.
Okay. I said, well, yeah, I can get one, but this is what it's going to be. Then they called me back and go, well, what about a iguana? I said, well, yeah, that'd be easier to get. Then he changed his mind again. He goes, well, what about a rattlesnake? And I said, well, yeah, you could do a rattlesnake, but you're going to have it like
Yeah.
glass or whatever, wherever the person comes up to it.
Right,
You're not,
sure.
you don't get bitten.
Yeah.
And that guy changed his mind so many times. He
Oh my
called me up.
goodness.
I said, look, you just need to call somebody else. I said, I don't even think you know what you want to do for this movie. I said, when you figure it out, maybe you can call me. But otherwise, I've had it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you might start ordering something and they change your mind.
Hey, I get
Yeah.
it. Just like in remodeling, plan it. Make sure you get
Yep.
it. got a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail.
Right.
And then if you're using technology, something's going to go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It seems like that's the case here lately. If you found that to be the case, you go do you're depending on technology to do your PA and everything, and then you go to do it and something's wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Golly, it's the most aggravating thing.
It is.
But let's get back to animals. This area, we've got raccoons, you got possums, you got rats, you got squirrels, you got
Foxes.
and
Coyotes.
Yeah.
and then for you people that have animals, dogs, cats, koi, what other things are food source for wild animals? Chickens. Only the strong survive.
Oh, yeah.
And you can lose animals due to wildlife.
Yeah.
I've lost many. When I was doing all my big lectures, I had ducks, I had turkeys, I had pigeons, that I would use for all that. Snakes get in there, kill them. Possums get in there and kill them. Raccoons kill them.
Yeah.
Raccoons get in my mouse house all the time if I don't shut the door at a certain time.
Hold on, mouse house
where I raise my rats and mice
to feed the animals.
Mm-hmm.
I got you. We'll talk about it. We got to take a break. We'll talk about it. We're talking animal talk today. What you should expect to see in and around Charlotte, and is this, what do you call it, crazy building craze boom going on here in Charlotte? Everywhere you go. Well, where do you think the animals are going?
That's a good question.
Where do the animals go when they go in there and destroy a perfectly good forest to put a house farm on?
A house farm.
I call them house farms.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You come in there, they plant these seeds, and they go back 3 weeks. They water them.
You know what?
Houses grow.
I don't think that's normal for people to live like that. That's like a rat colony, I don't think it's normal to have people. And the way they even build subdivisions, if that you're so close, you can look out your bedroom window and see your neighbor.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hey, I don't like a lot of what they're doing, but that's high density zoning areas. High density. It's all about money, and taxes.
I would not want to see my neighbor looking out my window, looking at me, going, "Hi, Fred."
That's right. Hey, welcome to the big city. We'll be back. Talk about it. Come on, about your house. If you want to add anything, 704-227-8986. You can go online, Fox Sports Charlotte, stream us live. Share it with your neighbors. Share it with anybody. Every Saturday morning right here. Join us. We'll be back with more.
Out more about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Sam Attero of AtteroMedia.com, and I love empowering my clients and partners to make the most out of today's latest digital media tools. We specialize in building production systems and podcast studios for small to mid-sized churches and local businesses here in Charlotte. Do you need new media production gear? Do you need help learning how to use it? You're in great hands with our family business, Attero Media of Charlotte. That's ETTARO Media.com.
Owens Chimney Systems is known for all professional chimney services since 1989, including chimney cleaning, recommended annually, chimney evaluations and inspections, any and all chimney repairs and restorations, gas fireplace and gas fire log service, furnace cleaning, cleaning out one of the most overlooked appliances in the home. Get it done right the first time. That's Owens Chimney Systems at 704-554-9595. Or you can visit us online at owenschimneysystems.com.
Carolina Foundation Solutions is a family-owned and operated company and a licensed general contractor in North and South Carolina, providing foundation solutions from the mountains to the sandy shores of the coast. At Carolina Foundation Solutions, our objective is to help educate, offer guidance, and provide assistance. With over 200 years of combined experience, our family of experts are ready to help protect and repair your largest investments. If you have a problem, we have a solution. Call 877-883-4626 or online, carolinafoundationsolutions.com.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. Talking animals today. You get calls from people.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Just the public.
Yeah.
Just asking general animal questions,
Mm-hmm.
and you're pretty much on call.
Yeah, a lot of times it's people. It's usually about snakes.
Snakes are very popular because you and I both know the most feared creature, I think, are big lizards and snakes, reptiles.
The reason they call this, they'll see small snakes and they'll have patterns and things all on them because a lot of snakes, like black rat snakes that are so common, corn snakes, black rat snakes. Black rat snakes have they're like basically their base color is a silver or a grayish color with dark chocolate blotches on them. And when they get a year old, as they get up toward a year old, they start fading and fading, and then they turn completely black. So when they see those, most people will call them. They want to know if that's a copperhead. They'll send a text a picture, and go, "What is that?" And that's a black rat snake. A black rat snake? Well, it's not black. Well, I said, yeah, give it time, and it will be.
It grows into the black.
It grows into black. Now, black racers are black when they're born. They're actually kind of they're a little charcoal black, and they just got a little white chin. And there were the racers; they were the real fast ones.
Right.
And then I did have a neighbor ask me the other day, and you probably don't know this, Faith, but they said, I saw a snake the other day, and it lifted its head up off the ground real far and looked at me like a cobra would do.
Yeah, yeah.
And they said, do snakes do that? I said, yes. I said, black racers and coach whip snakes will do that, especially sometimes in breeding season in August. And sometimes they even come toward you in a little aggressive nature. But, it's not real common, but I've seen that. And people see that occasionally. And that's odd, but it's kind of cool. You wouldn't think about that.
Right.
But I have a friend, this lady. I used to work for her all the time. Her husband was a big builder, and they still do infrastructure and building. But he's go to Africa and go hunting a lot. And she used to be a nurse, and she's not a real outdoorsy person, but she's really vocal when she talks and gets excited. And she went on this hunting trip to Africa. They probably Bunchwala or something. And they put this camp up, these tents and this camp, and it's real clean and this and that. And then the guide goes, well, we're going hunting and we're going to do this and that. And so she wanted to go, and they keep you back except for the person that's going to shoot whatever animal. Dangerous. Going to shoot a Cape water buffalo.
Oh, yeah.
One of the most dangerous animals
yeah.
on the planet. And she said, well, is there snakes out here? You're not going to see any snakes. She says, well, I saw a program before I came on this trip. And this is what she said. I saw this program, and they had a mamba, a black mamba. They're dangerous. They'll kill you. You're never going to make it back to the hospital. He says, well, that's correct. And he goes, well, we ain't going to see one. And then, so they go out and they don't shoot this animal because it's not big enough or whatever. They're walking back, and the guide starts hopping in the grass real high because it's got grass. And she's sitting there. He's, what is that? What is that? He goes, that's a mamba. And she said, she's all upset. Man. I told you so. I told you. I ain't never coming out here. It was hilarious. But there you go. One person goes, I don't know if I really want to do this. He goes, oh, there's a daggone mamba.
Right.
And mambas kill quite a number of people. They're aggressive if you start messing with them.
Right. Well, most snakes are aggressive if you mess with them.
And people ask me this all the time about water moccasins. Generally speaking, water moccasins are less aggravating or bitey than a copperhead. Every time I'd go snake hunting, you come up on them, they curl up and open their mouth and just sit there. And the only time that I've had most of them, they just, if you move your foot around, they just follow your foot. You put it down on them, if you touch them, they'll bite you. But there are occasionally a few that are aggressive. And in August, they might be a little more aggressive, might come toward you. But
why, mating season or what?
Yeah. But they're not normally that way. And I've caught a lot.
Now, you talk about water moccasins because you've been on the show. We've talked a lot about water moccasins. And there aren't many water moccasins around Mecklenburg County.
None, unless one floated down a creek or something, maybe. The closest I've ever caught a water moccasin is up in Pageland and McBee, South Carolina.
Sandland down.
Yeah, 45 minutes.
45 minutes down, yeah.
Up that way. And there's canebrake rattlesnakes up there too. And pygmy rattlesnakes up there too, which, you only get about 12 to 14 inches. Pygmy rattlesnakes.
Wow.
And we've caught them up there with brick red with markings.
Right.
Oh,
Lavender.
that's pretty.
Gray. They're pretty little snakes.
Yeah.
Well, you like finding snakes.
Huh?
You love finding snakes, don't you?
Yeah, I do love finding snakes.
You ever been snake hunting with him?
No.
Yeah.
No.
She needs to go.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
Would you like to do that?
I would. Yeah, it'd be fun. I've picked up snakes outside of my house before. Like I picked up a king snake, but I haven't been true snake hunting yet.
Gotcha.
Well, you know what? I'm a falconer, right? There's not many people in falconry. There's not many. There's probably more snake hunters than falconers.
It's like everything else. We've been dumbed down to the point that nobody has any interest in things that really matter. At least that's my thoughts on it. Like you. There aren't many yous anymore around.
No. Well, I ask people when they're at lectures a lot of times, like they always come up that they like the birds of prey. And I go, well, why do you like birds of prey? Or they'll like wolves. A lot of people like wolves. And I go, well, why do you like wolves? Well, they just look so majestic. I said, well, they grab their animals and they just tear them apart and eat them all up. And they're all bloody. You know that, don't you? Oh, well, yeah. It's kind of like they've been watching too many movies, like polar bears. I go, I love polar bears. I go, well, if you're out and you go up to a polar bear, I said, he's going to eat you. He's going to kill you and eat you.
Right.
Okay. I like the way they look, but you better look at them far away. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like
alligators.
Well, alligators now, as a general, wild alligators, not alligators who live around people.
Right.
Wild alligators, usually, if you're in the swamps, they'll go away from you. But when they start getting 8 and 10, 12 feet, even out in the swamps, you need to be aware of that because they don't have to be afraid of anything. They don't have any enemies besides man.
Right.
Accidents, yeah, but so you got to be careful with them. I've seen a few real big ones, and I've been very leery. Once they go down in the water, you don't know where they are.
There ain't no way I'd get in the water. No way. Man, there's no mercy with an alligator.
Yeah.
They get you and you're gone.
I mean, their mouths are so. Crocodiles make alligators look like little babies. So they get to be huge.
Crocs are Florida, right?
The only crocodiles are found in the Florida Keys, right at the very tip of Florida.
Gotcha.
And they can get big too. And they have so many teeth. They're how you tell an alligator or crocodile. Alligators' teeth, when you close their mouth, hang out just on the outside.
Right.
Crocodiles' teeth hang down, and the bottom teeth stick up too. They got a mass of teeth.
They're brutal.
Prehistoric.
Right.
All those things are really dinosaurs.
Yeah.
So we're snapping turtles and alligator snapping turtles that get this big around, and their heads are that big around.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, have you ever seen one of those?
No.
Oh.
Yikes.
They're in the water out in the Mississippi and all around in those areas.
And there's a lot of snapping turtles in ponds and lakes around Charlotte. A lot.
Big ones. And they eat everything. They eat baby ducks, frogs, crawfish, snakes, anything in the water. They'll eat it.
Wow.
And they do.
And they do.
Yep. Well, we're talking about frogs.
Mm-hmm.
You like frogs?
I do like frogs. I own 3 poison dart frogs.
Wow.
In my bedroom.
3 poison. Now, where did you get or find? Did you go buy them at a pet store or something? Why would you buy? Now, tell them what you've got. Tell the listeners what you have. Once again, you got 3.
I have 3 poison dart frogs.
But tell them about poison dart frogs.
Yeah, you've got to explain to people what a poison dart frog is.
So, poison dart frogs are found in tropical rainforests like the Amazon. They are very bright, very small. Common ones that you'd see in pictures are blue, red, yellow.
Very colorful.
Yeah, I own yellow ones. They're Dendrobates leucomelas. They're also called bumblebee dart frogs. And contrary to popular belief, they are not poisonous in captivity. So the frogs in my home are harmless to me. They get their poison from the diet they eat in the wild, which consists a lot of ants, other little bugs. That's where they get their poison from. So
in the
I don't feed 'em
Amazon,
that.
they're venomous. In captivity, they are not. Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting. Yeah. Now, what possessed you to get poison dart frogs? Just out of curiosity, cause the color or what?
I originally wanted a king snake, but obviously I still live with my parents. They wouldn't let me get a snake. So so for some reason,
your dad might let you have one.
Yeah, he might now. But I settled on poison dart frogs, and honestly, that was a good choice. I'm glad that I chose that because they are such a joy to have.
And we're going to a reptile show in Columbia next Saturday. And
Awesome.
Yeah.
There'll
Might
be
get a
some there.
snake.
Yeah.
You going with him?
Yes, I am.
That's awesome. 704-227-8986, top of the hour break here. Coming back for hour number. That clock's all wrong. What? Hour 3. That's what I thought.
I'm waiting for my calls now this time.
You waiting for what?
Calls.
Callers.
Yeah. And I knew they weren't going. Nobody's going to call early.
704-227-8986. Steve Hughes, Faith Barron in the house talking animals. We'll be back with
That's great.
April did that when she was.
Hour number 3, Steve Hughes, an animal specialist, and his student Faith Barron continued their discussion with Ray about animals. Anything you want to know about animals, Steve Hughes has got you covered, so stay tuned. You won't want to miss it. About Your House is brought to you in part by PutToolsInSchools.org, connecting students to tools of the trades and raising awareness of the many career pathways. Also brought to you in part by Queen City Home Store. Queen City Home Store is a family-owned store serving the Carolinas for over 70 years. They're the largest independent appliance retailer in the Carolinas, constantly growing and taking pride in the experience that they offer customers with a knowledgeable sales staff, product selection, and lowest price guarantee. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some time with us. And now, here's your host, Ray Terry.
All right, welcome back. Talking to Miss Faith Barron along with her mentor, Mr. Steve Hughes, about her little poison dart frogs.
And tell them how it's set up. You just don't tell them how you have to keep poison dart. How you have to keep poison dart frogs. What's the setup?
So you need to replicate the environment of a tropical rainforest. So my setup is pretty advanced now because I've had them for a few years and it's become a hobby for me. I have them in a big 3-foot tall, 3-foot wide, 18-inch deep enclosure.
Glass enclosure like an aquarium.
Glass enclosure. It's bioactive, so there are little roly-polies, the isopods, there's springtails, also tons of live plants in there. And you also have to mist it once or twice a day.
Make it tropical.
Yep, and that's how they drink their water. They don't need a water dish. They're not like a dog or a cat. Instead, they absorb all their water through the droplets in the air. And so I have one water dish in there, but that's for, breeding and laying eggs, not for drinking or anything.
Gotcha. And they eat from the environment.
Yes, as snacks, but I also feed them flightless fruit flies. They're genetically modified organisms that you can get. There's a store here in Charlotte called Cold Blooded and Bizarre. That's where I've been getting my fruit fly cultures from for a while now.
Cold Blooded and Bizarre.
Yeah.
Yeah, bizarre sounds more like it.
Yeah.
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 That is wild. So you get your fruit flies and your food at this place.
Yep, and you dust it with some calcium powder to give them their nutrients that they can't get in captivity. And you feed them every other day. 10 flies per frog. I have 3 frogs, so. But I've started making the fruit fly cultures myself. In fact, I just made one last night. It's just like some yeast powder and some straw in a container. And then you let it sit for 2 weeks with some flies, and then they start reproducing. And then you have another culture of them. So it all really sustains itself. You don't it's surprisingly simple.
Yeah, you got a
To
picture of
keep-
it on your phone.
I do, yeah.
That's awesome.
You'll have to show him because
Well,
it's really intricate.
Are you aware of the medicines that come from frogs from the tropical rainforest?
I've heard about that. I have. There are a lot of medicinal properties out there.
There is a tremendous psychoactive drug derived from frogs
Wow.
from the tropical rainforest. They call it frog medicine or God medicine.
Mhm.
And not many people know about it, but it's available for for psychotherapy and various other things. Very effective, as I might add.
Oh, interesting.
You know, we've talked about it here briefly on the show with Dr. Cammie Benton, along with Bodie. She was on the show. She's a psychotherapist, but derived from frogs from
Wow.
from the rainforest.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So it's amazing.
It really is.
And there's some frogs out there that are very, very, very poisonous.
Very.
Yes. Yeah, the poison dart frogs are I think one of the most poisonous animals.
But yours aren't because
they're in captivity, they're harmless. I've
But
held them.
There's
yeah.
also a toad called the cane toad that they're real big, and they're venom poisonous.
Right.
That's why you don't want to lick a toad, because you know what happens is, like, if a snake or an animal gets hold of a toad, even a regular
They
toad,
spit it out.
this fluid comes out of their skin,
Right.
and it's toxic, and it makes them not want to eat it.
Yeah.
And
So toads are like toads. Nobody wants to touch them.
Yeah.
but
They're ugly.
But you know what?
But how many hoppy toads? We called them hoppy toads as kids.
That's what we call hoppy toad. Isn't that sound cool?
Yeah, hoppy toads.
Did you catch a hoppy toad today?
Have you ever heard them called hoppy toads?
No, but
Oh,
I've
where
heard
you
of it.
been? You know who John Wayne is?
Mm-mm.
Oh, bless your heart. You got a lot to learn
Yeah.
about
I
the
did.
past. If you don't know the past, you can't get along in the future.
That's true.
John, but
Yeah.
hoppy toads. How many of those did we pick up as we were kids?
Well, you know what?
And they always peed
Too
on you.
many.
I don't see very many hoppy toads around anymore.
That
That
is
is
a
true.
horrible, horrible environmental problem.
But that's
That's an indicator.
that's a amphibians are about the first indicators of a messed up ecosystem.
Mhm.
I do, you know, air plantation, right?
Oh, very much so.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got a lot of friends who have
Yeah.
planes,
Yep.
and they live there. But I do see a lot of toads there, but they have all those lakes.
Oh,
there.
got a lot of legs. Yeah.
So, but other than that, like around my house, daggone, if I see a couple of toads, maybe you see
Yeah.
some. You see them around your house?
Not as much as I used to.
And you know what else I don't see? When we were growing up, and wasp nests were
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
now,
haven't seen any. Like even a couple years ago,
Yep.
there were wasp nests everywhere, like a problem. And now I haven't seen a single one.
well, I knocked two down in my little hay barn there,
Right.
but even bees,
Yeah.
honeybees. When we grew up, there was always clover. Man, I had to watch where I was walking.
Got
So-
bee stung
Yeah.
so many times as a kid.
But
Walking
now,
barefooted in the
well,
clover.
you know, you know the honeybee problem we have with the parasite that was
Oh,
killing the
absolutely,
native
sure.
native bees, and they had to breed them with like Russian honeybees and different ones, and that's what we have now. There are very few real American honeybees around.
Hmm.
I remember when I was young, I'd be out in the woods occasionally and see the honeybee hive on the outside of a tree, and just a swarm of bees. And what they do, they were flying somewhere else to move.
Oh yeah, they're
but
moving.
They
Yeah,
hide the queen
Mhm.
in that, so nothing happens to her.
right.
And I've seen that 2 or 3 times in my lifetime out in the woods, but you don't see that very often. Which I don't see very many. I see a few honeybees at my house, but not too many.
Yeah.
And you got to have bees to
You've got to
propagate
have
fruit trees,
absolutely.
and that's why they
Well-
didn't let them die out. You have to have them.
You got to have bees, or we won't be. You know, people don't understand the balance of nature either. That's another reason we want to come on the show and talk about animals. You know, because there's so much. It's not just animals. It's what our environment supplies the animals with, and if we deplete that, they're going away, just like the frogs, the bees, and you know, our environmental toxins are just enormous right now.
Mm-hmm.
Never been higher. And that's another reason the cancer has gone crazy like it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the cancer and the
well, everything, kidney disease, everything.
What is really gone crazy is autism in children is skyrocketed. And
we're going to have Cammie's going to be on the show here coming up.
Who's that?
Cammie Benton, doctor.
Okay.
Autism. I'm not going to get into this big time here, but Big Pharma is killing us.
Yeah.
I could believe that too.
Now, you just said, 17-year-old Faith Barron. I just said something and you agreed with me.
I do. Medicine, like, there's so many terrible side effects to the medicine we're taking today. And if they got you in a cycle, you're made unhealthy. And then because of that, you're made to take the medicine, and then you become reliant upon the medicine. If you don't take the medicine, you're unhealthy again, and then it's just a cycle that they keep you in with the doctor
because they want you
and
showing up
everything.
at Walgreens every month to buy your medicine.
Yep, they do.
And you know what? If you watch TV late at night, 90% of the commercials are about all these new medicines, and they have at the bottom what the
disclaimers, the disclaimer and the
what they can do
side
to
effects
you.
are the side effects.
And you're looking at this thing and you go, good grief, look at that. Everything in it is worse than what you've got.
Yeah.
And you're sitting
like, it's gonna kill you, but take it. And it's like,
and I know there's certain people that have no choice. They have to take
I
certain
agree.
things.
There are some life-saving medications out there, no question about it. But the vast majority are not doing anything but giving you more harm.
Mm-hmm.
And they have all these things, all these vitamins and this and that and this and that. Well, really, if you just eat what you're supposed to eat.
But you can't because they don't grow it. It's not available to us any longer.
Well, what I'm saying is, if you go to other countries, they still have all fresh. They have markets,
absolutely,
markets, and everything's fresh every day.
Right.
And even if it's a third world country, their food is better than ours because it doesn't have all the artificial things.
Sure, absolutely, or toxins like glyphosate.
Mm-hmm.
For years, I've been talking about Roundup. And if people only understood 90% of the flours in cereals, breads, and people love bread, all of it's contaminated with glyphosate. All of it. Every bit of it.
Well, how about this? I've been to Everglades. You're in the Everglades.
Oh, yeah.
And they got these rivers and all and they're all clear and they're beautiful. There'll be a sign up. Don't eat these fish. Don't drink this water, because all around the Everglades are humongous corporate farms, and their fertilizer, when it rains and things, washes into the Everglades. So you have all these nitrates, all these phosphates, everything is down in there. Mercury.
Yeah.
Don't eat the fish. You would think that of one place you could eat fish. Don't eat the fish.
And guess what?
It goes out into the Gulf.
We're going a little off track here.
Yes, we are.
But there again, it's information you need to be aware of, especially in eastern North Carolina with hog farms.
Oh, Hog
Yeah.
farms. That's a whole
Hog
new.
farms have contaminated more waterways than anything else. Anything contaminated them, and it's out of control. Been out of control for years.
Yeah.
You knew about that.
Oh yeah, hog farms have always been a problem.
And what's so detrimental about hog farms? Hog crap.
Yeah.
Where's it go? What are you doing with it? What do you do with all that? There's your contamination.
Yeah. Well, people don't even think about our sewer system. It goes to these sewer facilities and it's cleaned and manipulated, but the same water you're drinking is the water that goes through there
Yeah.
and goes down the toilet and then goes right into the river.
That's right.
So there you go
right.
again. You're drinking the same water you just was in your toilet.
And then the
Did you know that, Faith?
Yucky.
Oh,
It's true.
Makes you want
know.
to drink a bottle of water, doesn't it? What kills me about when they sell water, I know this is different, but I can't help it. They go, this is pure water. What in the world is that?
Well, I'll
know?
tell you that story
Right.
about water. That water be sitting in the shelf for 3 days. And I had a friend of mine said, I don't want to use that water. I said, why? It's old.
Huh?
I said,
What?
pardon me? It's old. Water doesn't get old. You
Water
can't
is
destroy.
very, very
But
old.
water,
All of it.
Yeah.
water
all-
can to pick up contaminants from plastic is what it is.
Yeah, that's right.
But
after-
all water
after
is
a period of time,
extremely
right.
old.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know. Water. Old water. No. You can clean water. You can recondition it. You recycle it. You can add. You can take away. But water is water.
yeah. And it's,
But right
we're
now,
not losing it and we're not gaining it. We're just reusing it.
cycles over and over and over and
Yeah.
over. It just never gets old. Never goes away. What is that? Wow. About your house, talking water, animals, whatever, life, all the complications thereof, and the rules. We can't forget the rules. We all got to play by them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
No.
Steve says, no. We'll be back with more About Your House right here on Fox Sports Charlotte.
More about the show? Go to our Facebook page, About Your House Radio. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor.
Hello everyone, Mike Sims here from Crown Town Cannabis, Charlotte's first cannabis dispensary. We have grown over the years and we are now throughout the state of North Carolina. You can find us all the way from Pisgah National Forest to Waves, North Carolina. Find more information about our stores online as well as locations or purchase online at cltcbd.com, crowntowncannabis.com. Use code HOUSE15 for 15% off your purchases online or in store. We have products to help you through everyday life and to help you enjoy this show even more.
There's big news in the Carolinas. Queen City Audio, Video, and Appliances is now Queen City Home Store. For over 70 years, we've been your trusted retailer for appliances, electronics, and more. Now, we're taking it to the next level with a new name, a fresh look, and more ways to serve you, offering the same outstanding service you've always counted on, while bringing you everything you need for your home. Queen City Home Store. Same great service, more possibilities. Visit us at queencityonline.com.
Hey, every house got a floor in it, got coverings on those floors, be it LVP, carpet, vinyl, wood, laminate, you name it. Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, is at your beck and call for any floor covering needs you need in your home, and they bring the showroom to you. Showroom, they bring it to your house with anything and everything you possibly want. And they're servicing Southeast Charlotte and surrounding areas such as Belmont, Cramerton, Lake Park, Matthews, Mint Hill, Wesley Chapel, Charlotte, Gastonia, Lowell. You get it. Give them a call. Go online. Schedule a free consult today or get on your phone. I know people don't know how to use them anymore, but let's give it a shot. 704-845-3567. But online, floorcoveringsinternational.com. Like I said, call them, question them, find out, go online, fill out a free consult for them. Tell them what you're looking for, and they'll bring the products, the newest products, I might add, to your door, to your house, so you can sit in the comfort right there and talk to a professional in the floor covering industry. That's Floor Coverings International, Southeast Charlotte, 704-845-3567 or floorcoveringsinternational.com.
The professionals at Kilo Exterminating Company have over 70 years of experience in pest control. Throughout the years, they always pride themselves on maintaining the highest standard of quality and customer service, with every technician being state certified. And moisture readings are standard with every inspection. Their top priority is ensuring your home is free from pests such as ants, mosquitoes, termites, and any other pests wreaking havoc on your home. That's Kilo Exterminating at 704-333-9855 or online, kilo.biz. That's 704-333-9855.
Libretto's Pizzeria was established in 2004 in New York City. It's located in Charlotte on John J. Delaney Drive in the Ballantyne area. Serving up authentic New York pizzas, a full Italian menu. Come in casual, hang out, and relax. We offer dine-in, takeout. You can order delivery. We could also cater your special event. Libretto's has got you covered. I am Mike Libretto. We are also the home of Spinello's famous infused take and bake pizzas. Visit us online at librettospizzeria.com and spinellospizza.com or call us at 704-714-1442.
Have a comment or question for the show? Call us 704-227-8986. That's 704-227-8986. Now, back to the show.
All right, welcome back. You're listening to About Your House. Got Steve Hughes with his protege, Miss Faith Barron, in the house. Faith, you know, we're talking about animals and stuff, and you obviously, brilliant child, brilliant.
Thank you.
And you're still a child in my book. I'm sorry, a young adult, but you're definitely on the right path. So you graduate next year, then you're going to go into nursing.
Yes, that's what I want to do.
You're going to go to CPCC for your nursing? Or you
Planning on
figured out
UNC.
UNCC?
Yeah.
UNC Charlotte?
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're going to stay home?
Yes.
Cool. Good. And where do you see yourself with animals in the future?
Really, they're a big hobby to me. I don't plan on, I thought about being a vet for a little bit, but honestly, that would make me too sad. I'd feel bad for the animals. So,
But yet, you're going into nursing.
yeah, but
And we've already talked about we're animals. So what's the difference?
Well,
I posed a question right there.
Yeah.
people are less cute.
It's fair. People are less cute.
I know that. I know what she's talking about when she says, "I can't deal with the
sadness."
Sadness." But going to vet school, you have to do a lot of things on animals that they teach you to do, and it's a really sad situation sometimes.
Yeah.
Dealing with animals and doing all these shots and all the stuff. Laura was interested in doing that when she was growing up, and she said it was so sad. She didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And she's sensitive.
Well, and that's good.
She's sensitive.
Oh my gosh.
Empathetic.
Yeah.
You have a lot of empathy for people.
But what she does, the difference is you have to physically do things to animals you don't want to do during the school. She's not going to have to really do that.
Right.
giving shots or anesthesiology, whatever. That's not quite the
Mhm.
same thing. But you're still going to see misery and pain
Yeah.
and sadness.
Yeah, for sure.
That's part of life.
It is.
It is.
All of us, everybody.
Yeah.
You know, death is inevitable.
But
We're all going to die.
that can make you a better person also.
Yeah.
You know, because suffering and death and it's a it, it makes you a better person within because suffering is like that. It makes you have compassion toward
Right.
people,
Empathy.
Yeah.
and you have to have that in your life.
Well, we should.
to be a rounded
Mhm.
human. You know.
There's less of it now because of technology than ever before.
Yeah,
We've
that's
become
I
so.
agree with that.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
there's no question. It's we've become so intrigued. I mean, and I'm gonna pick on you a little bit, Faith, not intentionally. Well, it is intentional, but you couldn't go a day without your phone. Be hard, wouldn't it?
It would be very difficult, especially if trying to go places or talk to people that aren't right in front of me. Yeah.
Right, but you have that connection that you're addicted to. I'm gonna just put it bluntly. You're addicted to it, aren't you?
Mhm.
And
Most
you're
Americans
honest,
are.
and that's what I love about you. You're a very honest young lady. You aren't.
You know what? When I go snake hunting, and I would take a lot of the girls that you've met and things, they go snake hunting. I'd make them leave their phone in their car, and some of them would almost have anxiety if they couldn't
Are
take
you
their phone.
serious? Oh my
No,
goodness.
listen.
Oh my gosh.
It's bad.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
I mean,
go to
I have mine, and I'd say, you know what? If you have an emergency, I'll call. You
Yeah.
don't. Your boyfriend don't need to be calling you when you're out with me. You're on my time. You know.
Yeah.
You can
Right.
see him
It's like
you
when
get
I'm in a
home.
classroom. When you were in school, could you take your phone to school?
When I was like younger, no, but as I've gotten older, it's become more and more normal. So like it used to
It's
be.
a complete distraction.
Yeah, it is.
And all you folks and parents and grandparents listening, if you think your kid should have a phone in school, go to school and watch.
Yeah.
Well, you
Yeah.
know what? I was watching a program not long ago, and there's quite a number of states now that do not let their kids
Mhm.
take their phones into class.
Should be a rule, and I'm not a rule man, but it seems it takes it sometimes because these phones are a complete distraction.
Yeah. And even they've been banned in schools. My mom's a teacher.
Oh, good.
She teaches in York County, and they banned phones. It became like a law or
Yeah.
Well,
something along those lines. Yeah. And but that doesn't stop the kids. They bring out their phones anyway, you
I
know?
know.
Like it's honestly an individual choice not to have your phone out. You know, the kid has to make that choice themselves.
That's how addictive they've become.
Yeah.
And like you said about the young lady had anxiety, I've watched kids fall apart in the classroom when we took the phones away. Literally.
Mhm.
Well, you notice it when, like, if say we were going to go on a trip,
Yeah.
say that we were going to go to Snake Show, and one of your friends left her phone.
Eh.
They would want to go back and
Yeah.
get that phone before they went down there,
Yeah.
or they would be freaking out in their mind the
Yeah.
whole time.
I lived without my phone for a year, and I experienced so much growth. It was so much
Holy
better.
mackerel! Did you hear that?
Well, I mean, it
When
was
did you do that?
uh
Had to be recently. You ain't that old.
it was 2 years ago,
Really?
I think.
Wow.
I did
And you
the
did
whole
that
year without
on
my
your
phone.
own? Or was it a contest or a thread or were you made to do it? I'm just curious.
Kind of a mix of
15
both.
years old?
Kind of a mix of both, yeah. Like, you know, I lost my phone for a bit, but then, you know, after a bit, I was like, you know, this is actually kind of nice. You know, I felt like obviously attention spans nowadays, you know, kids being able to pay attention or just sit and wait for something. It's so damaged now. But, you know, I found that I could just sit around and do literally nothing and wait for something. And, you know, I wasn't moving around or, you know, thinking I need to do something. I was just content. And, you know, I became better at communication with other people. I could hold better eye contact, things that, most kids aren't doing nowadays. And I'm a swim instructor. I teach little kids, and it is surprising to see how many kids, have to be doing something, can't make eye contact. Oftentimes, those are the kids I see that are on their iPads before and after lessons. You know,
It's like
it's
they can't do anything without holding
yeah.
a device.
It's so beneficial to go without it. It's like to raise kids without it, to go a year without it. I mean,
Well, that
it's
happens with kids your age too
yeah.
that I deal with. Some
Mhm.
of them won't make eye contact
Right.
with me for very long. They look down like I'm going to scold them or something.
But
Yeah,
they can't make eye contact with their phones though, yeah.
Oh yeah.
They'll look at their phones all day, and that's a problem. They're used to talking on their phones, doing all that.
Now, how many people would call you if you didn't have that phone? If you had a little flip phone and had to call you, you think your
Oh my
friends would
goodness.
take that time?
Like Morgan would.
Well, but there might
Yeah.
be one or two. But
Yeah, but most kids
of them would
text,
fall
yeah.
away. You go,
Yeah.
oh well, damn! If she doesn't have her phone, I'm just not gonna call her.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's
But I appreciate you sharing
yeah.
from a 17-year-old's perspective. And it's just these things have
She
really
told me
become
she was 20 years old.
Now, since you're in studio and I've got you captive a little bit here, what's your opinion of AI?
I think it is a great tool that can be easily abused. It is very, very powerful and in some ways godlike, which can be very, very catastrophic if used incorrectly. I think it's great for science. We've made a lot of progress using it with science, but we've also made a lot of detrimental things regarding parasocial relationships, relying upon it, stuff like that. You'd be surprised how many people talk to AI like it's a friend, like it's a person.
Exactly.
That is not okay.
Siri, what do you think about this?
Well, you use the word that I don't like very much at all, and it's called if.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't if.
It's when. Yeah.
It's already happening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's
already
been happening.
It's the devil in my book.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really the way I feel about it. And people say, yeah, but it could do this, it could do this. Well, if it's so smart, it'll kill itself, won't it?
Well, all you have to
do you get where I just said? If it's so smart, not to you, everybody, then it'll see the detrimental aspects of itself and make itself go away. I had that conversation with somebig that was a big techie this week about AI, and they came at me and says, it won't last. It'll go away on its own. Makes sense if you think about the intellect behind it.
Yeah.
Right? Because if you see it's detrimental.
Yeah.
Right? Man can't see it.
Right.
Or we wouldn't have all the detrimental environmental situations we have.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because man created them.
Well, you got to remember the problem. The problem with man is that we are a flawed creature from the beginning, from the moment. So
right.
So that's why we always have troubles deciding what's right and what's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll be here till the end of time.
Sure.
So that's how mistakes are made, and serious mistakes like great wars.
Right.
But our great wars that are coming in the future are greater than anything we could ever even imagine that could happen. You get a few nuclear bombs. They don't blow bombs up in the ground on you much anymore. All they do, they'll blow them up in the atmosphere above you. 10 times worse things happen to you.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's pray and hope none of that happens.
Yeah.
That is the worst possible thing you could have.
Yeah.
Right.
Very dangerous.
Yep.
Are you still all right? Back on track.
Yes, sir.
Animals. You're still doing lectures,
mm-hmm.
and you bring somebody like your protege here.
If I can get her to help me.
You got how many of?
She's a busy little thing.
How many like her do you have with you now?
Well, Jenny, who's been on the show before,
right?
that I've known since he was about 15. She moved right up the street from me. She still helps me. She's going to the snake show. She goes hawking with me. Kaylee, met Kaylee.
I
before.
remember Kaylee, yeah.
helps me sometimes still, and I still have Emily, the first girl.
But she's older now.
She's got kids. She's 30 something and has 2 kids, but she still comes by the house and she will help me sometimes. And she's a counselor at a school.
But
now.
I noticed you keep telling me all these girls' names.
Yeah.
Do you have any young men, young fellas?
No.
What is it about that?
Guys used to be interested in all the woods and snakes and this and that, and probably I'm going to have to say now.
Something's going on.
20
It's
years
flipped.
ago. It's flipped. Now, when you go to, if you used to go to a snake show 20 years ago, it was mostly males and might have their wives or a few kids. Now you go to a snake show, what do you see?
Women.
Women.
I mean,
everywhere.
me too.
Yeah.
I love snakes.
They're
It's
young.
flipped.
They're old. I'm sitting there, holy mackerel, what happened? But this is, even with the children, the ones that hold the animals the most that aren't afraid, what are they?
They're girls. That's what I've seen when we do the shows. The girls are the ones that'll hold it. All the guys, even the teenage ones, are like, "Oh no, I can't."
I know.
Like, why are you so scared?
Teenage boys,
Man up.
They always want to be the tough, manly.
Like, yeah, the girls do great though.
That's an indicator.
Yeah.
What we just talked about with the frogs, we just talked about with humans and men. Where have they gone?
Good question.
Where have they gone? Why aren't we making men anymore?
I have a theory about that. I don't think I'll say it on the air.
But am I right or wrong?
Oh yeah, and I noticed this because I've given hundreds and hundreds.
That's like the
of
industry,
yeah.
trades. I mean, women are literally leading the associations around the construction trades industry. They're leading all the groups, and back when we started NARI, for example, there were 4 or 5 women that showed up in a group of 40, 50 people. But now,
well, women,
the majority of the room at a meeting are women.
Women have always matured faster than boys, period.
That's true.
And they're smarter than boys as a general rule. So as they get to be her age, most boys her age aren't up to your level.
They're
as far
stupid.
as yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's why
most boys your age.
That's
What'd
why
you say?
younger girls are attracted to older guys.
Yeah.
Because they don't
How
want to
low?
hang around the goofiness
Yeah.
of their own age.
They're ridiculous. It's just like,
But the sad part?
uh,
I've had 40 and 50-year-olds sitting in those 2 chairs right there that say the same thing.
oh,
That's the scary part.
They say the what? Same thing. As
Same thing about grown men.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
And, we had one, last week or something, that said she didn't need any men in her life. Why? She said, what?
Weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah. She just flat said it.
Because she said what?
She said she didn't need men in her life anymore. They were more trouble than they're worth.
Oh.
And I said,
I don't see why. Yeah.
well, see, now
I
we
think
got a
that-
17-year-old. What's going on?
I mean, I don't know why you need one.
It's not worth it. The risk reward. It's not worth it.
I guess.
If you can do everything yourself, then
We've
you don't
covered
need
a lot of animal information here and talking about human beings too.
But you know what? What people don't have in their life, really, most of their people in most of their life, they don't have very good friends.
Mhm.
And you're going to find that out.
Yeah.
People who you thought were your friends, they're not going to be your friends later on. Things are going to happen. I'll put it this way. If you have 5 real true friends that care for you
It's better
your
than
whole
yeah.
life, you're going to be a lucky person.
Yeah.
And I'm not kidding. Because
Mhm.
I've known
No, you're right on target.
I've
there.
known more people and I've met more people, like you meet a lot of people in my life than most people.
Oh yeah.
and I know people.
Yeah.
I can spot them a mile away. I could spot somebody that's been from lived in California and come here. All they got to do is look at me and say 2 words, and I'll go, I know where you're from.
Right. Another one's Long Island.
Long Island, all those up
I
north.
said, you're from Long Island. How'd you know? Well, you told me the minute you opened your mouth. Like I'm from the South. Wherever I go, I get commented on my voice. Like I go to Seattle and say, could you repeat what you just said? I said, oh, okay, sure.
They probably like the way you talk.
No,
like
it was Southern,
yeah.
my Southern dialect. They get charge out of that.
Right.
Sure, we'll entertain you. Whatever. No problem.
Well, that's just the way it is. But
But
I find that that's the big thing, and people want to have friends. You like
we
sharing,
all
sharing things,
but we all innately want to be loved.
Yeah.
We all want to be loved. We all want to be liked. We all have. But I had this conversation with someone last night. You can't care what they think, though.
Mm-hmm.
You can't run around worrying about what other people think, and that's a youth problem too.
That is an enormous problem.
Because of that phone, you're so concerned about what other people are thinking, what they think of you. Do they like what you look like? Who cares?
Right.
Well, see, but I was like that when I was young.
Right.
Like, well, dang, I don't care if you like what I do, if you like me or don't. I don't care. I'm busy. I have things to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was always busy.
Yeah.
I started my first business when I was 10 years old.
All right, we got a question,
Yes.
text question for you.
Yes,
but we're gonna wait until we come back from the break, and I will ask the question. I will ask the question.
You're gonna ask it.
Yeah, I'll ask it.
Okay, you're from West Side,
and it's about find the baby bird, especially now.
yeah.
We'll ask it when we come back. Come
Okay.
on back. You're listening to About Your House. We're talking animals. We got to wrap it up. We could have talked about bears and everything else, but we didn't today. Sorry.
I'm gonna talk about Bigfoot one time.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I have to expand my theories about that.
Right. Gotcha.
If you think there's a Bigfoot, just talk to me, because there's not.
I hear you. All right, we're gonna come back with more and wrap the show up when we get back. You're listening to About Your House. Come on back. We'll be right here waiting on you. All right, let's get right to the phones. Got Suzanne on the phone. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? Hello.
Hi, Ray.
Hey there. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am marvelous. Thank you for calling. How could we help?
Well, I've been listening to the show today, and it sounds like y'all are covering a lot of topics,
We do.
and it's very interesting. I was wondering if y'all thought that these heat waves were President Trump's fault, along since they said that those big tidal waves down there at the Guadalupe River were his fault. We've been just having so many of these horrible heat waves, it's almost unprecedented.
Well, I don't like to go into the political arena and tie up our weather around the political scene personally, okay? But yeah, there's weather modification being done, and it has been since the 40s. But people aren't aware of it, and they think it's all political. No, it's control factors. The weather is being manipulated. Fact. Now, you can believe it or not believe it. I don't care. But I know for a fact it's going on. And it, like Helene, that was ridiculous what happened. Like the floods in Texas. It's noted and proven they seeded the clouds before the floods of Texas. So I hope I answered the question.
Well, you know what?
Yeah, you did. And I got another question for Mr. Hughes about a great golden eagle I think I saw in my backyard the other day.
A golden eagle?
Do we have gold eagles in Indian Trail?
No. Bald eagles now.
Are you sure?
I saw 2 bald eagles fly right down my road.
What would look like an eagle that she might have seen?
A big female red-tailed hawk.
That's kind of what I thought.
No golden eagles.
Oh.
A big red-tailed hawk is what you saw, probably.
A big
a
big female red-tailed hawk.
Well,
and they will go down sometimes at little dogs and cats.
That's what she just said.
It did. It flew down at my little chihuahua.
Well, I have known that to happen. It's not common, but I do know, and a police friend of mine, one of it, big red tail flew down and killed a kitten, like a half-grown cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. And great horned owls will kill cats at night too.
Oh, yeah.
If they're real hungry.
Sure.
That's the only owl that's big enough to do it.
Right.
No great horned owls. I'm sorry.
No big eagles. No golden eagles.
No golden eagles.
No golden
they
eagles.
Come down and snatch the baby, can they?
Yeah. They could, but what you need to worry about is the hawks and small animals.
Okay, well, I'm glad that it's good to know that there ain't no golden eagles in Indian Trail. I didn't know because, it looked like one from the pictures I'd seen in those bird books.
Well, there's not. There are golden eagles up in Tennessee, a few of them.
Gotcha.
And things like that, but.
I hear you. Well, Suzanne, I appreciate you calling us this morning. It was good hearing from you.
Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Mr. Hughes.
Have a good day.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You too.
Have a good weekend. Take care.
You too. Thank you.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
When you were talking about the weather thing, before that flood, they had a guy came on Fox News, and he was a cloud seeder.
Right.
And they had seeded clouds in this one area about maybe 100 miles from there before that flood.
Mm-hmm.
They were talking how that worked, and what the chemical was that they put into the atmosphere.
Right. I can't remember
that
name
was
of it.
Very interesting how he said, and he said sometimes that works, but sometimes it'll happen later.
Exactly.
And they don't know when it'll work. So that was people. You don't hear about that much, but
they
do
won't
that.
tell you that much. I'll say this, and maybe I'll make some people angry. I don't care. That television you watch every day has been weaponized. It is a propaganda machine feeding you what they want you to know.
Yeah.
Without a doubt.
Right, Faith?
Yeah. It's all political.
You don't watch TV much, do you?
No, but I watch the news occasionally.
I watched the news. But you know what?
I don't even believe the news anymore.
You
Well,
shouldn't. You
I
shouldn't.
don't
either.
believe
you
a
have
darn
to
thing
you
I hear
have to
on
take everything with a
mainstream.
grain of salt, no matter what you hear. So,
Yeah.
I don't even want to take it
old
anymore.
Southern saying.
I don't really want to take it anymore and think
Yeah.
about it anymore. I'm serious. It's gotten so bad to where the media has been. It's propaganda.
It
That's
is
all it is.
propaganda.
That's
There's
all
no
it
doubt
is.
about
And
it.
it's
I
all
agree.
owned, like all the news networks are owned by like only a couple few people. It's like,
Just a few.
yeah, it's all for political and monetary gains. Yeah.
Well, I'll say this. This has been a beautiful, wonderful Saturday morning.
What about
So
the one about the bird?
the bird?
There was somebody would text about a bird or something.
No.
You said you were.
Hold on a second.
Text before the commercial.
Yeah, but he wanted to. They said he just wanted to ask me a question about a bird. Oh, okay. Here we go. Steve Hughes, a falconer buddy, and she's a falconer buddy. April.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe your daughter. What should be done when you find a baby bird, especially an owl?
Okay, baby birds. Here's a big deal about baby birds. People are always going, and you probably heard this. If they're on the ground, do you pick them up, put them back in the nest? Or if they put them back in the nest, their parents won't come back to them because they can smell you. Well, they can't smell. There's only a few birds that can smell, like vulturine birds that can smell really far.
Right.
But all the other birds, they can't smell you. So if you pick them up and put them in the nest again, they don't care. It's not going to
Right.
bother them. They're going to feed them. Owls, on the other hand, tend to fall on the ground before they can fly, and then they can't get back up to the tree because it's usually pretty high.
Right.
So you leave them on the ground. By that time, they're called fledglings, and the parents will get them under cover, and the owls can actually climb up a lot of trees, like a pine tree. Their little claws are so sharp, they flap and climb. They can get back up in a tree. Might not be as high, but the parents still take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And baby deer, had somebody talk about that. It's my daughter, older daughter, I think. I can't remember. Baby deer, right there, said, "You think we ought to pick it up and move it?" Definitely not. The mother is right around, probably watching you. Just leave them alone. Nature takes care of itself.
It does. Yeah.
Nature's amazing. God made it just incredible.
Yeah.
And going back to our kids, all our kids are geniuses. You're born that way. We're just born with this creative, imaginative mind that can do and build and make anything. All we need to do is keep providing it and feeding it with intelligence.
Yeah.
And watch it bloom and let them be creative. Give them the freedom. Give them the tools to expand their horizons through their intellect, not stifle it. You're born a genius and you go to school, and what do? What do they do to you?
Dumb you down, and you're not stimulated. You're just fed some paper and fed the same thing over and over again for your entire school career.
You made my day. A 17-year-old bright young mind telling it like it is. Thank you, Steve.
You're welcome.
I appreciate you bringing this.
Well, I'm glad she stopped to look at my owl, which was a very rare event.
Yeah,
I think it was meant to be.
I think it was too. Yeah, I learned a lot. I'm glad that happened.
And I appreciate it. Now, Steve, how do people get in touch with you if they've got questions or you want to look at his art? Go to his website.
You go to my website. That way, I have my lecturing too. It's BSA, like Boy Scouts of America, at carolina.rr.com.
Gotcha.
And Stephen with a P.
Stephen P. Hughes. Google him.
Stephen B. No, Stephen
B.
STEPHEN.
PHEN.
Yeah. B is in boy.
Yeah. Google him. He comes up.
Yeah.
That's
my website. StephenBHughes.com.
Right.
Is my website. BSA at carolina.rr.com is my email.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, just Google him if you want to reach out and see his art. Go see what he's
But if
an
you just pull
incredible
up
man.
Stephen B. Hughes, it has my number on it.
Yeah, it does.
Everything's there. All your contact
Lots of
info.
pictures and videos of the owls and all
Yeah.
kinds of. It's an older site, but it's still a pretty good site.
Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Okay.
And, you still lecture,
Yep.
but you will pay for it. Don't think he's going out here.
No, I can't just come do that anymore for free. It's just not
And that's
logical.
another thing about life now. Everything costs. You can't leave your house not much anymore and do anything for less than $100. That's just the way life is, unfortunately.
Yep, that's right.
But that's the way things are. And you can't go across town. People say, can you come look at it? Yeah, if you pay me.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there are people that are retired and they volunteer, but when you maintain animals and you got to feed them meat and all kinds of shavings and cleaning, that's not a very cheap thing to do.
All right. We got to get out of here. It's time to go. So let's call it a day. Thank you, Faith.
Of course. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate you coming in. You've been very refreshing. Brilliant future ahead of you, young lady.
Thank you. Yeah.
I wish you nothing but luck and happiness and
Thank you.
success.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you,
Yeah.
Steve, as always. I
And
appreciate it.
I'll call you for my next party.
Yeah, I missed it. We had one. in a while.
I'm going to have one, not during the heat wave. It's got to get cooler.
I got you. I'm ready when you are.
I'll give you a call.
I appreciate you. We love you,
You
all,
might
folks.
even want to bring that guy over there if you think you can handle him.
Take
You know,
it over there.
I don't want him to get wild at my house.
I hear you. All right,
All
we
right.
got to head out. We'll be back next week. More about your house, more good stuff. Tune in every Saturday morning right here on Fox Sports Charlotte. We love you all. Have a great week. Stay cool. Get that air conditioner service. You don't want to be without it. We'll be back next week. Take care.